This is Boadu TV. Truth and integrity.
The persons are somewhere also facing court. Gabi Ochedako, Boadu Jako, Akufo Addo, and the Attorney General.
Boadu TV so any yamamunina akwa bapiwe na yetie simu ewo Kevin Taylor kache Professor Adai na no hwachini se wote go kan no ai etino Ochedako Akufo Addo Attorney General omo yankrofo bia wachese awase achiomu na 140 million choppable US dollars judgment debt maboy ka mabo Ghana no e chomo do mujira mrano na mrano no di Mahama AG ankofo nyina o chese e be chomo. Oh yes o se be chomo nyina na takere de Japan de o se chese na so trofo de zakwa na no chabe asimbia no ka o se na so trofo de esin ena ba omian so de na ya na we se man ko eko kate so de se oba besi dan e besi ne ni nyina MPP ntimi anye asanse me ye ka ho asemi sure na se bibi asema Kevin Taylor kan last year mo ho ena ye kaka won se na yo ye calculation ne ye kaka ho na esem na no den. Oh yes, wachi jako de asaje debt ni nyina ba ye kan beto energy commission and as energy ministry ho ni nyina Kevin Nyabotre achirichiri mu ama yehu say MPP to aso de anene o mani babo pa Kevin Taylor ansema woka no na yeti no
Nana Pia Mensa mebeka kire mo ha say o se watam sika 2.5 million Ghana cedis in dollars no $200,000 or the Akoma police say police for no enche sika no enfama den enche sika no enfama men's good customers a webu omo. Now ade chia Nana Apia Mensa abeka kire Ghana for say police for fani sika ma no na wanka nche police for say omo fa sika na nko Bank of Ghana nkoto ho. And the question here is, so who read the police for release after they took this money from Nana Pia Mensa? Almost say they have received the money. It is 2.5 million. They have moved the money to the police, the Bank of Ghana, police for accounts for Bank of Ghana, and nobody akotum. Police for letter omo release here no. Nana Pia Mensa they chin also on tiasie. And then a police for na tam sikana ediako Bank of Ghana de akoto into oba be expose the Bank of Ghana for omo yakron for. Now really tie police for release na the last time I catch them na in the release no another statement from the police no na police for no say Attorney General amomo advise say sikano omo fan konkoto the Bank of Ghana. In fact my mention say me sabeka police for risk me pesa me kire mo say na Pia Mensa I was say one day ye nyina ya chia no na atwini name ye de no to table so na atwini name na sa na nana ayesa na odidi nkwasi asem wo Ghana no Nana Pia Mensa ni aban we omumbu Ghana for. Now my menhwe say men sabeka police besides if you can find that police statement after Nana Pia Mensa deposited the money with the police, what the police actually brought out maybe can be actually Ghana for them achiro mo adekudie Nana Pia Mensa oye kromfo. We are not supposed to entertain such criminals in Ghana because they want to play on the emotions of people. They want to play on the vulnerable, and this is something we need to stop. I really want this statement. Besides, pull that statement for me. Maybe some kind na moti adikudientia police for no esom di sika no den kwakoto Bank of Ghana. Mr. S, did you get it for me? Let me see. Thank you, Mr. S. It's already here. Thank you. Thank you for sending this to me. Let me place this statement from the Ghana Police Service. Na me reading cham na me mamu say nam one or konfo on kanokre. Now, see. So who read the Ghana Police Service for almost statement on the buyer? This is the statement. There na Ghana Police Service for kan mami reading cham na me cham na Nana Pia Mensa we I was say a chine to table so near chini name na owia na wo say ewia se bibi wo ho he Ghana Police Service after Nana Pia Mensa edis kan come no. This is what they wrote. Almost say police deposit 2.5 million received from Nana Pia Mensa at the Bank of Ghana. say police for the Sikana Koto Bank of Ghana. Accounts for Bank of Ghana. Now we read the reports in detail. Then we come say the police on the advice of the office of the Attorney General. Why na de Nanapia message in court is here and the Attorney General na prosecuting. The Attorney General is prosecuting Nanapia Mensa court this year because on a Ghana lawyer penny. Now police for Ajisika Nanapia Mensa diska koma police and almost say police for say Attorney General na advice omo and you the omo pe and almost can go to Bank of Ghana. Godfrey Damini Akufo Addo aban and the advice omo say mon for sika go to Bank of Ghana mo accounts na wo honumu. Why na ne Nanapia Mensa gina court enye Attorney General. Inti edi na Nanapia Mensa dan no be ka kire say ono police for no wan ka so mo fa ne sika go to Bank of Ghana into origin sika. San kwasi asem wo tibi wen. Omo course omo say the police on the advice of the Office of the Attorney General on Friday 20th October 2023 received an amount of 2.5 million from suspect Nanapia Mensa, popularly known as Nam 1. In the Attorney General and the catcher police force Nam 1 and the 2.5 million bremo. Namuji scanner Monsa Fanko to Bank of Ghana. My account say Bank of Ghana. Bro, Nanapia Mensa on Kanu crew. He is just playing on the minds of Ghanaians. Oh yeah, now, when you go to the third paragraph, the said amount has been deposited in the police exhibit account at the Bank of Ghana for the attention of the court. Police for say, Attorney General na advice yomo etu omo for say sika bia Nanapia Mensa de ba na omo nje na omo gi sika na omo fa nkoto de Bank of Ghana omo police service na omo account da ho na omo ntwen the court beka into why na Nanapia Mensa the green light to go and give the money to the police is the Attorney General. Why they catch the police and say they should take the money to the bank is the Attorney General. So why is Nanapia Mensa saying say one can say a police nanka this can come police for the come fanko to fee Jimmy Kasa adada ni atro. The Attorney General is a scammer. The police service they are scammers. Nanapia Mensa is a super scammer. Into Nanapia Mensa person catch say into this can go do police station and they are friend men's good for so omo mesa line wa bontene into woje 10 Ghana. How are they going to do that? How are they going to share $200,000 and not $2.5 million by letting people queue at the police service? I brought any documentation to prove say where your men's good customer or where any men's good customer. Nanapia Mensa de chinya. Nanaya kwase ekuma abegina say aden na police for this guy or better Bank of Ghana to sakwa we. Your money too much space in Ghana. Nanapia Mensa, your money too much rope, your money too much space. I'll see a chin to on your chin name. I'll see a little table so now in Bear Market Yaketi, but son and 9 left, that's all right. No more son and son chin name. Now if you Jinawa, no one will say, Sana man for bread. A crowbar and son, I better sound quite the same way. The Attorney General is a liar. The Ghana Police Service don't want to tell the truth. Nanapia Mensa is a super criminal. And you're not saying, okay, just Onika Preda. How did he raise 2.5 million Ghana cedis? And look at my answer. And at Ghana now we are soaking this nonsense. We sit in Ghana and we are entertaining this foolishness. All because Nipe begin say MPP or power. So people like us, yen to me kasa, and the Ghana Assembly now can. Kwasi ebi ko bi na no a obra ben na papa bo. Mo papa bra o mabo aya kronfo sika, kronu sika. Otis obiti radio so TV so ka say oh na Kevin Taylor papa bra na bo. Eh wait, ni papa bra bo. San kwasi aforo papa no mu wie sika na keka san kwasi asam no. Because omo papa no krono no mabo aba bedru hanne. And this is the foolishness we are living with, and the disrespect by this guy called Nanapia Mensa. Yeah, Ghana. Nobody wants to speak. Now, and there are so many things to talk about. We are rushing through stuff because and then I will say you read some documents. We are me direct Ghana for muhu bibia a chrono assay. Now, abozege enso ayebibi abozege akusrim akodada omo. Mahama Baumia has gone to the northern region. Mahama Baumia has gone to the northern region. Ediana wakoye. Osiwa ko bie at the fufurubia no a eno na eye the game changer ewo srim. Mahama Baumia o yetrofo. Kede de Japan abodam. Eye Mickey Mouse, eye Osiakutu or a John. Omo maka nyina ni nyansa. And I'm telling you say MPP will egu. Today I saw a young man like Samia Wuku sitting on TV defending criminality. I'm saying, hey, Sammy, or politics, you know, your political future. Ewapao, do not allow these criminals to toilet. On saying the Kujo Ponkruma, he cannot speak on corruption. On saying the Kujo Ponkruma, and the Eche your bono and Sana Wakasa or Mike. You people should slow down a little bit. The distraction these people have caused is crazy. And you don't expect the young people to start targeting you, these young ones. Until you people should stay away from the mic. Do not try to defend crime. When I see these young MPP boys trying to defend criminality in government, they say, hey, slow down. In Kofa will defend you more than 5 years, 7 years. Akufo Addo will die in less than 10 years. Ofuriata will die in less than 10 years. Bamti will die in less. Gabi Wacha 10 years. These people they are going to die very soon. Michael Kwe Enche. I am not God, but in natural order, no. I have fufroti, but dada no, a tija fufro. So if you're a young man in politics, you need to take your time, analyze before you make that decision. Now, Mahama Bawumia ko srem. Wakoya adiebi, yenya abotre ne reading ne nchirichirim na Ghana for hu azan Bawumia ko no srem. And I keep telling especially the Yana Palace. We should not allow these politicians to use our palace as a place. They use our chiefs to lie to our people. He's using Yana, he's hiding behind Yana to lie to the northern people. The same thing Akufo Addo, any Bawumia, Canada, Japan, MPP. Na omu pese omu twatro ekira santifo no omu kotam otumfo no ko gina boankra. These people went to pick otumfo omu kotam de sekosua deche omu de kete dinechi gigiri oni ebekon aye na obekon oni ebekon aye na obekon kikinkim otumfo ya tam ne sika mu bantima hini die kire mampon hini die kire wan hini omu nyina efra ntoma shen otumfo ka no flag sienim ta ena ketefo die kire omu tam otumfo se kosua ena deche boankra omu ko sa ye bom futuro go otumfo ka ho ena omu se ye bebie boankra ebesi nne. Now Bawumia wants power. Wakotam ya na deche odina be gina say ya na ntwa homem or ba ye bibia masrimfo. This is a typical MPP. They lie to the people and they use the chiefs to lie. Inti Bawumia is learning from Nanado Dankwe Akufo Addo. Odim say when about Akufo Addo odinya to me. Even though na Ghana for him say Akufo Addo na adwene wo form na adwene sua. Say bi oye battery no. Akufo Addo use ahemfo and o use asofo and odigi to me. The media stepped back and protected Akufo Addo into all use ahemfo na all use asofo no na media no air protected by they propelling the oil. And in the piece of a vocal monum, oh, Akufo Addo, oh, Abba Popon, no one time secretary that got him. On say any protector, you signing a reporter for Akufo Addo time and no war position. Akufo Addo connect na your reporter no air commentate because they shaping the mind of the people. Inti Bawumia is learning from his master. The MPP are learning. Oh, Canada Japan or adapting own strategy or adapting. You say he's making people think say ni MPP ninye na ni MPP ninye onya power kwasi afobero no mebu man no. Intended no can Japan and Ghana MPP ni ankwasi afo party omu ya kronfo omu wiesika tuma me ne tuma woni mpreko ne beye dwuma. And that is what the NPP they be ade omu ye no. Na Bawumia ko srem okosrem de na akoye ma me dwudwam. Bawumia ko srem no say Bawumia cut sword for $150 million Soko project for Northern Oti. Yesi Mahama Bawumia ko srem akotwa homem for bibia a friend Soko project. So I'm for nyabu tremeju dwem Kevin Taylor na aba no. The whole Ghana will be a shame. Wa won shame no abodam ain. Now, Vice President Mahama Bawumia on Wednesday, that is yesterday, performed the groundbreaking ceremony for the construction of 582 projects. 582 projects under the Gulf of Guinea Northern Regional Social Cohesion. Hey! Kwasi asabongwa osi Mahama Bawumia e de aso akobo form say obaba besi 582 projects. Sa project no e hye bibia ye frɛ no Gulf of Guinea Northern Regions Social Cohesion Soko na bokai ekroma na ete no ye na ere fi bibia o de bia ebusa mo say samoni nkofo weti na wensue nyansa na wembusa nsema a enkwasi afo yo mbeda da osa he there's something about the NPP. So you're Ghana now when you're smarter, they will always play you. And it's something that Ghana for at now my NPP for a play on match. And then go for way no more Ghana back say they were going to construct 350 senior high schools. But before that, my main kind project Nanka Sancho, what it entails. So I'm for what it entails are dear woman inside the wagon, dear or say oba bayan the potty. And your friend, what it entails. Just a nitty gritty. Just say dear tium. So I'm a format here. Into me back in kind. Now my chemu dear tium. Gigim. Obianina sum. Yes, about me. Also, we see 582 projects in how many months? In less than 1 year. Now, I'm on your project. No. Anyway, so what kind of story now? In Chechirimu na ebano. Munti en Chechirimu no. Vice President Mahama AG Wednesday performed the groundbreaking ceremony for the construction of 582 projects under the Gulf of Guinea Northern Region's social cohesion, that's SOCO. The symbolic sword cutting took place at the palace of the overlord of Dagon, Yana Abukari Mahama II. You see, Baumia ko sirim akwa kache sirim for say obeye project bi ani nyina no 582 project obesiri nyina na sebio dwumadie no ekoso Yana edien ne palace anase na himfie. Hila Baumia. Now third paragraph now see the SOCO project will be implemented in 48 metropolitan, municipal, and district assemblies in 6 regions in the northern part of Ghana. Also, this project over 6 regions in the northern part of Ghana. Obia benya project. Baobia or Boadu MPP. Baobia catch us for 6 regions. Obeya die bi ne bin sida. Obesi 582 projects. Now no. Sesiano same regions ni nyina ne municipal ne ade ne 6 regions obia benya bibi 582 edan pole oha 580 medical chikram to minka ene de mesia now fourth paragraph na me chirechirem obia bete no kure na. Some development experts have touted the importance of the project. Yesterday, some development experts, from TTTV, expert, no MPP for. Some MPP experts have touted the project, describing them as timely intervention to address some key emerging and recurring challenges in the northern part of Ghana. I almost said, Nipebia or Majumobie. I'm going to Joy News, radio, City News, no, I'm going to radio, ya pa. Say, when you here. Sa 582 no emre ya ni hia nkwase afo say ade aba omi aso peso yen de ade de nyanso wo pa samre na sanyoma ni hia watena so as president for 7 years afi no besi 582 okay o de enko ni mechem bibi story ni ko de nim no me bi dwam no ye mechirem de etuam. The government secured the 150 million credit facility from the World Bank. Besia. Baumia. What's that called? Besia. You can say creditor. Besia. Almost I called you 150 million or by campaign. And we catch this for Wakoma Yana Kofra Batakari and was catching for a minute Yana Aba. See, you called you $150 million. You called you World Bank. Yeah, they buy basis dying 582. Baumia Bodam. Baumia kind of Kennedy Abodam. How do you go for it as a party? Which will benefit 8 districts in the northern region, 6 districts in the northeast, 15 in upper east, 11 in upper west, and 4 each for the Savannah and Oti regions. You see, Jumadia Wedie, a Bebwa upper east, upper west, district 4, northeast, northwest, northeast, upper east, 11 in upper west, and Savannah no any Otino Obiaba benefit a dime 582 project no still a INT project no the Eba Bayasio. Maybe chum the project no Ninjina Sone the Ebaya Masrimu for Baumia MPP Ghana for Yantuaso Egigim Lucy Egigim. Now they would also help to reduce vulnerability. Officials of the Ministry of Local Government, Decentralization and Rural Development said the projects were designed to address the effects of the spillover of conflict and extremism from the Sahel region. Almost sa dwumadi aba obi akoji sika o board bank aba $150 million. The ebe ya ne say ntokwa esisisi Ghana nkronkro eben ye no sa project we ebeboa pa ama sa ntokwa no because ntokwa sia BBC the siri say eye ewudifo eye omo ka Taliban omo ka eye den eye egofo mo Nigeria from saying ha sa nkofo no ntokwa si o Mali ntokwa si o Burkina ntokwa si o Cote d'Ivoire sa nkofo no ntokwa na si ewie no na ewudifo no aba Ghana inti sika okoja be eno dwuma na eba abedi hey. Now, Yankwenim. Omo say they would also help to reduce vulnerability because of exposure to the impact of climate change, strengthen local institutions, improve economic opportunities, and build public trust. Omo say ba omi adwumadi a odi aba no de ebe ne say ebeboa ama sebio yenuanum sremufo no sebio amanfo bi hu omo se omo de ehia omo enti bibia na omo de ye omo no ebeboa mo gina omo na so eno so ebeboa ama sebio climate change se ne ewiem sakraye sesia ne nsoto a na asai nyoma sebio ewiabo a eboboro so sebio ade sa na enwunu boro so enti de sika na baba ye ne se ewia dodo da ebo no ye de hu bi babo hu ban na ewia na nhie omo kese sebio anajo sa awoba kakra sika so beboa ama awo na de omo endi omo sa o se sremufo ehiafo no sa sika we no ebeboa omo ema omo de gidie ene ahokeka agi omban no ene aban na di enchire mu no public trust ba omia sika wakoje aya besia no sa sika bema eye sremufo agi aban na di one eye ntokwa esisi imanso no nipa dodo omo ye wudifo omo ba a omo fa sremu ba no sa sika no ebe stop omo two ebema isremufo omo ho kire omo a sebio nsika kakra omo pede ya adwuma ne adado munya no saa adwuma de we ebeboa ema sika bombotom ama oba nipa three ebema nipa omo wasrem no sebio eye enwiem sakraya esai omo nnuaba sebio omo yefu a insuo ntokese ana insuo to etododo no saa sika ne beboa ama insuo no eto atonyansem sebio ewia ne ebo abonyansem se na ebe ya sebio omo ndobaye enso ebegirigina so ena de toso nan no saa sika ya wakoje eye besien no saa sika no ebema sremufo enya ahumhye ene eye gidie ewo aban mu agigim yagigam de mo amatro no ene ye kire Ghana fo now ukọ ekire ho a ansa na ebe wie ba omi ade no kura ase ho o see Vice President Baumia said the government was mindful of the growing human and other security threats in the Sahel region arising from climate change and conflict. Amse Baumia kasa no nano asem no. O see MPP aban ene ono na aban se sesia no entokwa ACC ewo amanso eben Ghana no Akufo Addo aban ba dodo de ha ne pa ne se enwiem sakra na amasremfo omo dua ndoba enya adwuma sebio ewiade bododo insuo no so tododo sesie omo nim sibia bosome kra insuo to bosome edua bro bosome edua mo bosome edua bayire ene bosome edua bode enti eno no ene na ha na enti wakoje saa besia we besia ye ne e wasanti we ne betua o into your cat sword. Minim sword no cat no. Adia omode sword ne ba now, therefore, it was taking appropriate measures to ensure these do not spread into Ghana by creating meaningful jobs and providing opportunities for economic, social, and other means of improving lives. Into see, sika makoja bedie, ebema eyesrimfo adi omo ho nchire omo tuma yedwuma, sika beba omo nsem ema nipa ena Ghana for enso ebu omo. Ojina srem, ojina ya na enim ena wo twatro. Egigim. Now ba se ho na omo say and I quote, in this regard, the Soko project focuses mostly on border communities in these regions where the citizenry, especially women and youth, are exposed and susceptible, yes, to the threats of terrorism from the Sahel region. na no asem no nti ose saa dwumadi a wakodi no osirim no ebeboa emama mbebunu ene sebio omo osirim no ene Ghana fo nyina no obia eho beto no ma bibia akoso yo ene e friend susceptible yo say one month brofo no ye ka say bibia enkoso yo a ne brofo no ye friend de eye susceptible just say enkoso yo it should go on susceptible monte brofo de out to say kev so hard o say me no mesua de no ya say nim dwudwemu no enti ye ka kura dem wode na dwudwemu ama susceptible mon kan jibe for manson kran susceptible na mo fosufo susceptible mo amo kejetia susceptible mo swami susceptible eni nyina se ebekoso yo enti ba obi akogina sire keka nkwase asem won't see Bianco for with ye. They don't respect you people. Yati Mahama Mahamudu Baumia, any MPP for Ebeto Eyedian, Omo Beto say, ye Frebi Sada. Mahamudu Baumia ye turning. Mahamudu Baumia ko sirum, Eko catch sirum for say, or Beto or Munsem now by the Bema district via 1 dam. Now by the Bema constituency via 1 million. Now by the Beto infidie Emma Omudia Yejuma. Mahamudu Baumia beto sada. Mahama John Dramani Mahama ni NDC for Omuja tricycle about 400. Mahamudu Baumia tam tricycle about that santimu bechicheye because near be elections. Mahamudu Baumia when he came to power and met Sada, what he did was he told them to change the name because his people in the north are foolish. They will not recognize it again. This same person today has come before the northerners using the Yana as a bait to lie to his people. Mahamudu Baumia does not respect his fellow northerners because that is way and the things he listed on one Baumia has not been able to fulfill any of the promise. There are no dams, the 1 million per constituency did not come, the free fertilizer did not come, the farming inputs and equipment did not come. We are talking about Baumia basically only the day he got to Semufoso. If you think about me twice that no so and can nka for bebre enya adwuma eye na onim de eya otwa eye sword ni mu wie na ode na ya na koe no e na o ka kire mo se opese o kire omo nyoma na omo be na edan na omo besisi e de aye soko no into wie no e na unveil edan na omo besi the 582 eye buildings na also obesi within 6 months no. This is Baumia, a diner also based in any. Or say Omoba basi cheap compounds. And you me post to you a Mahamudu Baumia. Or say Omo cheap compound and you say that here. Hey, right, Jimmy, hey, right. It's your course, several of Ayana. Or some basic cheap compounds. Dear Mahama see the Basi Papa. It's your corner could be a drawing when or the choice when you baby see. You see, a motomamia. Mo chip compounds and we are Mahama see over 2,000 chip compounds. I dear when a Mahmudu Baumia ko sirum soko sikana wakwajeno 158 million dollars no also the basic chip construction of chip compound Mahamudu Baumia the chip compound ni na yet Ghana I see a bodam I see so a Jimmy I see a nyini ani abodam Ghana for you sir I see a Jimmy for ye nyini penny abodam na eye dan na nipa we abegina ne nkofo ni maka nsem wo wiase nyina wanya baako or say be free power also say petumi nti obesi we am omo chip compound obesi fufuru ni enti omo akodro 1D 1F 1 compound 1D enti ne chip compound omi ase de 150 million na wakogina besia na me ne wo betua no ne chip compound obetie enye me na me post you where Mahamudu Baumia page enti okọ siremu no de odekọ kire ni nuanom siremufo wa draw children's quarters we anya boys quarters o anya girls quarters o wa draw children's quarters and also no we dey siremufo hwe obesi we nko 1005 yeso asi ejimi ye nyini ani abodam ebi na to Kennedy no osane no ejimi esi abi wodu wabodam kura Kennedy wabodam and the eyes of sana sisi ana esi o Ghana MPP for omuso no majimi omu nyina no mabodam Akufo Addo osane no ejimi onyini wabodam Kennedy so no ejimi onyini wabodam Baumia ejimi onyini wabodam why na when people man no so onye ejimi and one more dam omu nyina bodam obedwa every bodam MPP for omuso no majimi omu nyini pe no mabodam economy need to finish and the dollar 12. A 12 on an same HSRM. He's lying to his northern brothers and sisters. Today the dollar is at 12. Na yire na oton makeup ewo eye Ethiopia no ene na Ghana kekan kwasiasam ono de o sekene de abodam ena kene de so abodam we mu na mo se o mo to me for what reason? How? MPP for so o magimi o munyina no abodam mu hu ana akwa we akosi children's quarters or se obesi children's quarters we enya boys quarters o obesi children's quarters. Thank you, Mr. S, for bringing this. This was a report by Star FM. Now, here, chip compounds na Mahama AG, Oko eye Eastern region. Nanado danko Akufo Addo Krum. This is what you see. When you go to the Eastern region, chip compounds na John Mahama AG, about 700 of them, 2022, and a Star FM, a reported story way. Thank you, Mr. S. Oh, what did I just do? Yeah. About 700 chip compounds in the Eastern region not functioning last year. We a Star FM for reported story way. Oko Eastern region, Akufo Addo ankasa Krum. Chip compounds are NDC John Mahama musi chip compounds we 700 eguo ye mia no ma ni nyedwuma and the kobusa say bia no a. Kwasi asema betena say soko e say be edu no or the bibia ba ye friend soko. MPP muso amagimi omunyina no mabodam. This 2022. That 700 chip compounds ewo Eastern region where John Mahama munisi ye mie Akufo Addo ni ti dwese ni ti techese aboa nanka etete Ghana nkwasiasam yekoka asam a na opanyi jokum wabetena ho ebu bedi atem yekobusa nsam a na opanyi jokum wabetena ho ni tiri ho hyen se ori na edi konfo ano chiechi ebu be edi atem na sebi owo opanyi jokum nim nyansa nka obabusa se konfo ano chi sikadwa kofi no efiri hina bae opanyi jokum sebi o sanka nim nyansa ka obabusa se konfo ano chi sika na olukotua santimemu no sa sika no ye di ye tumi tu free for more motete wo de munim wiase nyansa nyina na eba mu ankasa mo party na mo nka no kura sebi o ma de ni jimifo epanyi jokum unim wiase nyansa nyina ontumi nkyere bebi asikadwa kofi free bae ontumi nkyere de obeka je se free wiem wana oye blacksmith wo wiem motete Ghana mo hihye pegmidi echi na nkwase akeka mo de biaji agum so amobekum hu o mo benum adurawu mo hihye radio echi na mo bubu nkwase abe e de defending nkwase asam I'm coming na me cheche mu mo ma me charge asma be ka sa papa akokora no. Now I'm sure 1 or 2 billion fanginim more 5 minutes to start the pound for pound today. Egim hey where there badam no aba kede already o twana na se kana nkwasesa mu gwa o kede samo pe say ye Jimmy na nke ye Jimmy ya obi obeso odi monim ne babia ne okuta Ghana passport mo Jimmy mo MPP4 nipa mo Jimmy power Ghana pa MPP delegates yeah omo de omo so mo Jimmy abroso omo nyina no ma ya peto open nipa mo Jimmy power Ghana I'm telling you hey MPP delegates oh yeah open nipa mo Jimmy enyam nam ko yi chema huntumi mai enya MPP delegates ya ko yi chema huntumi enya MPP delegates ya ko yi abronye enya MPP for delegates ya e na omo tena o ka say ai yenko MPP for delegates o ka Jimmy form no mo Jimmy kase inti MPP delegates for ye de Kennedy because omni option bia na se ko hu ayi news item bi yesi ampon sa boy no trinity no odi blue fanity UB fanity no o si an se si ade aga o minus say esi ano de o secretary Japan me so kwasiato na ana ama ho adrodro kales no bibia we do so we use wo hwe ho nyina ho de wae nkurasefo montwene na montie nyansa no on say o se ope obi a obeti o ka no credit Ghana so na ayekere Japan o ka no credit Mahama mo na mugu SDF we ni ma se okoto mo na ne pam wo SDF o mpe wasem Kennedy Japan upo obi odi ni kura obedi Ghana so Kennedy Japan ka no credit Mahama ofui wasante sem ne ma onyansa mbefie into sorry a now the activator for trim se otwemba enenam Ghana so to nyamenyom o mu Jimmy ne de mabeduru ha na mo sala ese mponchi na mo ye form of nana na mo de masante se mo di nkwasiasem na ne hwa na ebre da be na utwa anyom na da luma ka kire no on ujimi na de wa beduru ha mo ye ka no kura chima mo nte mo amuntumi nkenkan mo amuntumi ntro ye kire mo de ye so a na mo de mo jimi ye de ye nte ase me see uyi kede de Japan siwo na uyi jo Mahama siwo hwan anim nyansa hwan na ka no kure e jimi onte onjintum se oye jimi fo na oso osakrafiri jimi ho enti de bia no hwan na adwene se ojejenchie e na ode ne jimi ti Ghana because baby awaduru no se obeto ama Mahama obeka se nyansani medi ne so enkosi hospital woni kuro makurase na ne ma nya wota no de anka ode ne jimi meka se Kennedy Japan de so otwe oh and the way you so I just say ye de ukoje aboduaba e wo France where you so hwo ase nyina oh de waye won kan muntie no kure be ma besi aba sora no pa wo de afia bo yubim afa utim o twe uti a kire hwan o twe uti na kire hwan untumi nkiro udin wo twe uti I want to be white man udin untumi nkiro e na wo twe uti Meso openya jekum oti Peace FM mon frɛ no openyinu na nim wiase nyanse nyina kire bebi asikadwa ko fifiri baaye eja ye be koso wo be 2 minutes mon frɛ openya jekum mbra o kira no pa betena Peace FM so on nim asante nyanse nyina on na Ghana de wasua abakwasem eni bebi abakosem maame wo o me kire bebi asikadwa ko fifiri baaye na onsa me kire se sikadwa kofi kwa aburuchire no ono ana sa ba ya na se sikadwa kofi fake sikadwa ana look alike sikadwa kofi ne yeteso mon tanu kure mo se bai chi na mudi atam ye di matam na mo popo na mo twaba ye nte ase ye de ye nyira che ye di boko di nchine ye ne di poki edi shawama kwasekeka o kire no pa betra Peace FM no so na wo penye jekum bebu be kire bebi sikadwa kofi firi baaye yanko enim Lucy the camera bot down ai uja kwa basa untumi nya hwe dede na obe why you people do them Mr. P me ko enim na mo so mutwim beche the information is too much you see should I deal with this quickly and do the editorial because they be amo the fufuro ba Mr. S, let me take care of this quickly. Now, menye de modia bana na menye ejuma no. You people know how we struggle to get this editorial together. NPP primaries. The Alberto Jana say, can a Japan campaign team admit to inducing delegates? So I'm for when you must soon. Yes, the NPP primaries never no. Can a Japan and campaign team no at woman two? Almost say so I'm for. You can say induce ebi amonta say Kevin say induce is such a saying we dey magazine we dey say it enye cabo to so before na we say enye whisper na wo na Kevin so induce ka da be medjudwo munya bot say Kennedy Japan campaign team na kasa ba abontene omo say omo beso omo kire MPP for say omo de bribe fitai omo tua na omo betua bribe Japan hey MPP pa and a whole party a muni party be jina bontene openly ka say ye campaign ama Kennedy ye de ye tua bribe hey how did we get you openya jakum be kire MPP na se be free buy openya jakum o channel pe bebu be di matam di papa atem wo wia na wa kire be bia MPP na free buy say free UP mu a ma ehu mo na mo ne ma wiase nyansa nyina mo te be ebe mo de ya wo mo na Nyankopon de be etua moto e na ofigu mu enti mo de mo te be che Nyankopon o kire be tra Peace FM na fa kasako di matam na di Ghana fo atam se sikedwa no efri ha na baaye ene Kennedy Japan the campaign team de tudwa o mo se ye fa bibia nsiem biem ye tua bribe na nkwasiafo bumbusa musa bribe na wo tua no e hwan sika ene de wato mo no tuo o mo se ye tua bribe obi antumi ye foko ye tua ma NPP pigs some from who delegate near the Kennedy Abe flag bearer na Ghana for yet wo hwemo monko yi kromfo mbra na ye santo abama mo jimi dia time ya wo mu ne se ende MPP to be gina platform so Kennedy Japan say or campaign team almost said ye tua bribe into a big deal. How did we get here? Kennedy Japan nam Ghana did you be atem say obi aye kromfo obi anka no korɛ ba omi agimi ala na gimi MPP ankosiafo omo tua bribe ubusan say wo de otua bi onka o fui kene de otua bribe da kene Japan they say the oma men afono they have told you omo omo tua it is bribe to bribe so cold to the head nti sia no ye twa de obetua bribe kese no aba na akire mo nyansa kene Japan ne ba omia ye twa de obetua kese nti de obetua kese obewini no na Ghana fo akire mo so mo nim nyansa kwasiafo mu tua bribe mu wi ama be wie sika de akwakotua bribe fo ne ka mo bodam mu tua bribe ende yeti hey mutumi tumo no mutuo Mr. Kwame Owusu, the campaign manager for Kennedy Japan, a flag bearer hopeful of the new patriotic party, has admitted saa kwaro ojana nchen na nenimu tumtietia ro jano on your friend no eye Kwabena Owusu not New Jersey ose na oye taxes on ne yiri bia no ne New Jersey tax dien na trom or can you New Jersey for taxi drivers for bro from you know oba Ghana ne so onkoda maritime dien no saa ni patietia sana I say eye bosom se amoti o sere no ono ba no otaye I need 88 air conditions or to New Jersey the whole America ho ne bon enye ho nyina some party bi New Jersey o drive from DC na wura ope wada kura obete ho ne America odogo no na New Jersey no te and ofi New Jersey ba also 18 air conditions or dan ba kum ne se osre me se sanko fo tete abrochero mu ne adwuma kura yo MPP we ya na kofa kromfo we aba hwede nim ubetume hu na pempem hwe wo mu nyina New Jersey eyo criminal cartel o ya ntiase Akufo Addo dibia yesu ebedibi hwede nim odigina ona gina kede Japan right no utumi hu na pempem hu inti akromfo nkwa enda wagye atum ose omo so betua bribe ekigim ewifo we na otaga kede Japan kan kuro we otwe on person begye atum se udi agimifo echi gitum works and housing omochro ekoma boy ya osheka soki obo oshe mo friend saying asenso buachi the oshe mirefi budi dru ebe chichim omochro letter bi e de akoma no na letter no 26 October 2023 omonsa ehye letter naso no Rex Omar the number wo chairman Bernard Mona co-convener your chiefs DCs MPs of affected areas United Nations UNHCR office Accra WHO WFP FAO UNICEF omunyina ye CC omochese letter nyina omunyina at letter no honsem sa letter we aka omunyina ansa na de wo letter no munyina ne say we bring you greetings on behalf of Arise Ghana as well as the thousands of victims affected by the spillage. We bring you greetings on behalf of Arise Ghana as well as the thousands of victims affected by the spillage of the Akosombo Dam. Sir, as you are aware, the recent spillage of the Akosombo Dam by officials of the Volta River Authority has caused extensive damage to properties and investments of thousands of people in parts of the Volta, Oti, Eastern, Greater Accra and Savannah regions. One noticeable and critical effect of the havoc wreaked by this incident is the displacement of innocent suffering Ghanaians who are in dire need of shelter and a decent of accommodation. I think there was a typo there. In view of this, we write to notify you that we, Arise Ghana, will be aiding the victims to move into occupy the uninhabited housing units at the Segleme temporarily. We count very much on your kind cooperation and consideration in the interest of the people of Ghana. Thank you. So this is the Corset. This is the letter Arise Ghana for actual Akoma Asensubo. I say, baby, I didn't do no. Omo Ghana for Sebio Asem Edo Makoma so penny for Sebio Omo Muwo Volta region. Omo Adiano Akamo Ahemfo any particular more Volta regional, including Omo Arise Ghana for no Omo de Kratawe Ekoma Asensubo Chakach and say Sebio insua Volta River Authority for BA sebio eye omode eba omu bi ya affect nipa dodo e eastern region, Volta region, some part of the Oti region, any a lot of places, Greater Accra no, almost says here bibi edu no, emu aye din ye, nipa dodo a omu sa places ni nyina no, baby ombeda kra aye din, baby omdo omu nan besi aye din. Na emom no yewo segleme house na Ghana ban ana ye na etuato no taxes no yesika ene edi siye. Sebio edan ego be 1,500 ene echire emu eda ho a obi andem nti omo si omo sre aban no omo de enimde ma the Minister for Housing Asensogbo Achi a oboko set se bulletproof no omo ka kire ne se enimenim ya no omo beboaboa nipa na no de omo akoseglem ho omo makotinim efise sa seglem dan no Ghana for dan sebio anwonafo a ende insua formo otifo a insua formo omo tete nsuo no omo ni bebi da no sebio yene a yete aban nnan mu ewo nkran takorade kumase no yensen omo yenyina ye taxes ana ye to na agigi ye ne di si seglem dan no Interrise Ghana for say chinchini ane chi omo be gada nkofo we de omo akoseglem ho omo akoda ho sebio omo ye Ghana for sika inti omo chirokrata we ewo nidie so de ama the Minister of Housing Asensogbo Achi aka kire ne say so peu bebia edu no emu aye din sebio yentumi ntina efie ema sebio yewo edan ye betuma tenem na yenuanom ebre inti Arise Ghana for enkra akoma Asensogbo Achi the ministry and I said the Minister for Works and Housing say opeu omo beboa nipa no de omo akọ segleme housing ho ema omo so akonya bibi pa atena omo nka se omo kotena ho da sebio enimenim heya no broni frɛ bibi temporarily omo kwa kotena ho sene ebe ya omo so benya bibi di omuti ato na sebio insuo ne we na se nyoma ekotena bibi o sete na ehotena bibi ya omo to asu etu akotena bibi na omo te na emboa ye bese ye de bo mo inti we any intro anakrata Arise Ghana for atro akoma Minister of Housing Asensogbo Achi ofri bantema sebio ne nkora bre nan ma me ton mo ne abenkwan inti me show say owotema onim se obi da bontina edin ende sebio wenyesika inti bia onitema but we na ya tro ana Ghana for akekesi eni no ebema na tia se ye Ghana for a ewo se dedo ye ho sebio enya tumi ekutawo e na kire se ewo se onipa bi ana se onyanko Ghana ni bi ubu no de enimtia inti Arise Ghana for say Ghana for nyina yemfa den ye kasa ene ye bia ye support enta omochi na omontumi emmoa ensesa ye nuanom a omabeka edwemu kai say insuo na ebie no enye insuo etoye etu omo eye VR for Akosombo for ne bie insuo na atwi afa Ghana for so aban we ya ena sebio ohihye homa sa asemu yesi inti wo say ye ne Ghana for so ye tu ho anamo ye president aban ya wo so enye omadwene so omo beboa ye inti wo say ye boa ye ho edan siwa nipa ntim dia ye ho kwan say ye beko akotena dan nim inti asema ewo ho a Arise Ghana for so atro egigim we ye dey support ene bibia ebeta ikire ema sebio Ghana for a omo ho aka no enso enya baby atna. That is the announcement of the day. Now, there are a few things I want us to clear. Jandam bi o system ni mu a sebio ye won penifo bi o Ghana omo nka no kre omo edi radio and ada nkofo. Let me tell you Ghanaians something. Ghana na yet no, we need to understand, especially about in penifo. There's one thing I want to say. I heard a video and I saw a video. Sorry, that's how I have to say. Me heard a video bi na former Supreme Court judge Judge Atugba was talking about Ghana, how our politics has become so poisoned, how some part of our judiciary too has become so poisoned, how we are all now at this point, we don't even know who is a leader. We all have to speak up for the right things to be done. I saw my name came in, but what I want to say and the message I want to put across to Sebio in Penifo Moshemi, there are so many respectable people in Ghana. Omoshemi Nyumrebia, you are Sofo Moshemi, you are statesmen, you are Ahemfo Akese, you are so many people. And I want to say this again and put this on record. It is not my intention to come here to use strong words. It is never my intention. Mamika Bibincho, as I sit here, Udi Matama Bemeya, Bidi Watama Beoya, because we are Nipa. And Obidi upapatime beoya, Ubisa no obidi papatime bemeya. So it is not our intention to come and sit here say, and they are sorry, ye ko ako edeng, akudini patem. And to be very fair with you guys, and I say in P4 Amoshemeno, what I want to say and say, majority of the time, no, in some kind of We are rebuking people. We are not insulting people. And I honestly accept Obia suggesting or what they have seen that they think is wrong on my platform. They feel say it can be done right. And we are open for such kind of criticism and constructive criticism of my platform or our platform. I take it wholly. But what I also want to say, it is not part of our editorial policy. Say, if you are critically listening to me, I have never, every time I use a word like maybe the president is silly, the president is ignorant, the president does not know what he has to do, these politicians are taking us for granted, they think we are foolish, they are more foolish. It does not mean, say, I am sitting here to insult them. I am basically using these words to justify their reaction. So we don't come here to come and disrespect anybody. And with all due respect to Judge, I really respect you and I respect your view, and I know how it feels to be an elderly person watching me or watching any platform and hearing such words. It makes a lot of you guys uncomfortable. But we need to understand that we are not in normal times, and we have to sometimes be critical and honest in our delivery. You see, in any day, this is not a conversation we are supposed to have. But Sebio, when you were there before you were born. You saw majority of you were there when independence abaye. So you know, you have followed media, you have followed conversations. At this point, things have changed. And it is not because you per se, you say, it is because the people that we expect to do right are still doing wrong. We have used all the nice words to these people, or at these people. We have used please. We have used honorable. We have used your excellency. We have used Mr. President. We have used every single word. But this is the situation where we sit in a country where people are being displaced, not their fault, but the president goes to them and tells them, you don't vote for me. I am here for Ghanaians. And these are some of the things that provokes us. People like us, when we sit here and we bring out hard evidence and show to Ghana for say, it's tough for you to keep anything in, because the facts are clearly showing that in Penifona, we have basically decided to trust, they are using their position to basically rob us and disrespect us. So with me, when I see people constructively criticizing me, I take it because we are not in normal times. And I really understand how the old folks, how you guys were brought up, how some words were so difficult for you people to use, how difficult it is for you to even listen to such words. We are just pleading with the elderly. We are pleading with people we have given power to. Do the right thing. You will see that young people like us, people around the world watching us, they will show you that respect. Respect is reciprocal. If former Judge Atuguba had insulted me or said some things that I feel was an insult to me, I would have responded in the same. But you see, he approached the matter as a matured, intelligent man, a statesman who wants the right thing to be done. So we also have to meet people who show us respect with respect. Sebio yenjimiye. And when we see adults, we respect them. But the people are tired of the disrespect we are getting from these people we call leaders. So it is not something we are going to say this. All that we need, the young people we need, is these people should show respect back. They should show respect by being accountable to us, by being very honest and respectful in their utterances. We get somebody like Kennedy Japan sit on TV, insult everybody. We get people like so many of them. KT Hammond, look at his age. He insults we the young people, but we are feeding that dog. So this is the reason why sometimes we say, use wrong words or strong words. It is the reaction. So as as much as we don't like what the kids are doing, we also have to be telling the elderly that, you know something, they were not like this. They didn't used to speak like this. You people, because of what you people are doing, is what is making these kids do this. The disrespect to we the people. So we are frustrated. The young men, young women are frustrated. People are been displaced in the Volta region. Segleme housing is sitting there, and you get a whole minister come to tell us that it is the fault of the people who did not have any idea about the dam that all the valves will be open. What do you want us to say? This is a member of parliament who is being fed by us, by the taxpayer. The president is in the country. This minister, sanitation minister, could not even plead with the president that these people are Ghanaians, they are humans, let us save them first. But this woman disrespectfully stood on TV to insult the people who are going through hell. So it becomes tough for people like us to sit here and show respect to such idiots. So it is not deliberate. It is their actions, and our actions no NIMA reacting. Without due respect, sir, and without due respect to every single individual watching me. This is what I want to say. Ghana na yet no eye nyina dia. Ghana enye akamfo dia. Ghana enye intafo dia. Enye nzimafo dia. Enye anwonafo dia. Ghana enye mfantefo dia. Ghana enye ekuo bia dia. Ghana ye nyina dia. Now when we want to build a nation, na say pese ye ka Ghana ho nsem, especially when you are somebody are dedicated mo say uye penyini uti radio so a, every time issues come on radio for you to discuss, you always have to be as honest as possible. A majority of the time, when you are a guest or you are somebody who have been invited on radio or you are a regular host, there's one thing you need to do every time. Make sure that whatever statement you are making, say, oh yeah, about this person, when somebody commits another crime, make sure your words don't change. And we always have to understand, as we sit here as journalists, or as I sit here as a journalist, before I do an editorial on a particular topic, I first ask my team, let's play the devil's advocate. How do we defend Akufo Addo? And how do we criticize Akufo Addo? Tell me, you didn't discuss it. Nyoma, we think it was wrong. Then we flip the coin and say, now we have said things that Akufo Addo said that was wrong. Let's play the devil's advocate. Now, Yanka, defend Akufo Addo. That is how we do our editorial segment, editorial meetings. In Debiano, we look and weigh the things and say no. So, rational human being will not defend this. That is how me and my editorial team. That's how we sit, have a meeting before we come to discuss any story. So, you pick a story. We first play the devil's advocate. You play the defense. You defend it. Does it make sense? Does it make sense for you to defend Akufo Addo's statement? How am I going to defend his statement? I am this person. How am I going to react towards that statement? So TV so na radio so na wokasa. Now especially we opinion, you need to be very careful. Now a normal day, I then also akwara kaseti opinion. Bernard Mona, in his view, or say, or GD say, the esi wa Akosombo no. Insuo na ye bie no. Eye aban hyehyeye efiri se nipa dodo a omote saa bia no. Omododo no toma MPP, NDC. That was his view. Openye jekume ba obu nyina na Attoney na odi Bernard Mona atem. Ebi a wonti asante kasa. Papa we ne mba be chen mi bebre. Otena radio so na menye radio. Ansa na obe address asem na Kwame Sifa kan say Bernard Mona akyere na adwene wo ho no. Ansa na obebie na no kra kasa no ebe a obu miensa nyina na eye atem ni die na odi Bernard Mona atem. So say edu sometime bia mamu yen share impenyidie chi na sebio yen fendi nsem hunu na enkora na react a na afei mo beka say akorana no tia penyini. Bernard Mona asema odwere na adwene na wakere. Yati krom ha openye jekum wenyini chen Bernard Mona. Betima ka say classmate na Akufo Addo. Yati ha na Akufo Addo ko anwuna mem. Nipa insua formo. Enye omo no mo yeye. Eya ban de bie nsuo. Ena omo ho akere omo. Sebio one anim wo Ghana ha say omo to aba e wo ho no omo to aba ma NDC obi anim otina radios na nyende. It is if somebody has that view and the basis of his view ne say after that atoyire nchem no President Akufo Addo ko gina ho ekoka say eye abato ho nsem ema Ghana fo nyina to ya no gu nusu say penyini nkasa sa e wo sa tebia nim openya jekum wuti we nyina because what they also try there uti radio so ubu be unim nyansa inti se Ghana ni abranti akasa asem we a na wo ye panyini no na nka yebusa wo se wadwen kyerɛ ne sen no ɛdeɛ na panyini ye ɛdeɛ adwen kyerɛ na panyini kyerɛ fa ho sebio opanyini a na adwene kɔ akyire dodoɔ ansa na nkɔbɛka asem we no nkɔbɛbusa no ho sɛ me baba ana me baba ma na ka asem we a na nka sen na meyi na no anka me de abebuo ebedi na tema na sebio asante kasa ya mbɔ no obi afie enye nipa ba ko pɛ ene te asante kasa sebio eni se me kasa wo maame ansa na wo se me di watam na wo ye panyini a wo ti radio so na se obi kora raise asem we a umu aye ene Attoney a wo de start enti Bernard Mona so tie asem we na ono so anya ne de na okotena bebi ka so opanyini jekum na mebu ni pa na medwen se na adwene kɔ akyiri ne mfie enti na medwen se onim nyansa nanso ensɛm a ɔkaeɛ ɛne n'ano asɛm a odi nkan de ka asɛm no kyerɛ sɛ sebio panyini jekum ɔyɛ panyini kwasea obi bubefu ka sɛ Bernard yɛn kasa saa but it is because of how you approach the matter sɛ woka sɛ obi ɛsɛ ɔbɛkɛntɛbɛ mu ayɛ bɔdamfoɔ na ohyehyɛ ebechi na opese udidi mmranti atama they will also close their eyes and react towards you sebio ena na wo ka no enye ye ne etina radio so nyina nanim nyansa ena enye ye ne etina radio so nyina nanim ejimi enye ye ne eti radio so nyina nanim nyansa o but enye ye ne eti radio so nyina na ejimi obi wo ho ya akwara ti radio so nim nyansa obi wo ha oye panyini ti radio so oye panyini kwasea ni nyina ne asema be firi wa no aba ene asema sene wo be kyerɛkyerɛ asɛm no wana na wo ka asɛm sɛ obu ha obie na no a utumi ka sɛ abranti ha na obe ende amparampa no ɛhɔ no ende sene wo yi asɛm na no efiri enimu no ɛma me hu sɛ sebio bebi obe ende no ɛkyerɛ sɛ wo yɛ nipa wo nka no korɛ efiri sɛ time Kwame Sefa kan ɛka saa asɛm we no na nka so ɔka sɛ Bernard Mona ne ngina so ne sen wo yɛ panyini sebio won tohwe ago ete se mango asai inti nkoso odi nkan ebusa wo ho se Bernard Mona engina so ben ene mane ka asasem no engina so ne se president na magine tata mon ka no kura nkyere no president na mode ebe etena radio so twa atro kyere Ghana fo e wo mo ankasa mo nkurase a ultimate see hospital ho no sa president ni bu Ghana fo enim tia inti wo ye panyini asebio edwene emanyansa de free wa no beba ene be kyerɛ sɛ sebio uyo panyini gimifo ana uyo panyini nyansafo me mentena ha endi watam ena mentena ha nse so yɛ kwasea ana so yɛ gimifo de be free wa no beba no ene na be kyerɛ panyini a woyɛ ende wa magana fo nyina hu sɛ no korɛ no unim ka because anka uyo panyini bi a anka na nada danko Akufo Addo every enkran kodi awonafo na tem no ka uyo panyini a o kasa no kure edi no kure na enye tribe na di wani ma anka obese pia aka kire Akufo Addo say sebio uye panyini yan kasa sa now instead of you to address the matter no or try to play a political twist to it when we nipa omu and obia what the right to ask questions after the president made those statements into some radio so mutina TV so sebio nkenya radio penye jokum kwa etum ko bi animu I am telling you it does not matter school a wo kyerɛ ne wonwama wo kyerɛ enye peace fm ya wo tena so kasa anka nipa dodo 99% of people who know you they don't know you because what do you bring to the table eye kasetia eye kasakwa eye be you don't honestly contribute anything and I'm talking about honest analysis you don't wama tribe adokro and I was sorry and I was share bechi and e kro ni say ena mo beka no korɛ no na mo de abebuo edi nkɔfo atam efiri mo de mo nka me say sa radio na wote so ka sɛ nipa bi wɔ ha ya de Ghana hyɛ ne nsakro ntimi bu Ghana one day no Akufo Addo na mo ne te Ghana wo bu Ghana ye ade na mo yɛ mpanifo a mano asɛm ɛsɛ kuro no saa wote wɔ ka sɛ nipa na ɔka saa asɛm no ɛyɛ mmoguo ɛyɛ nkwase akeka asɛm wɔ ha ni sɛ wotie sa radio na mo te so no this is Alote Jacobs obie na no abrawo wote ho eka say Justice Atuguba is acting like he wants to be Mahama's running mate enya temdidie mo amugu Peace FM so hwan na ne tipan edu Justice Atuguba eba nyansa ene emwa a wɔde abro Ghana mo a mugu hɔ no ɛwɔ Peace FM hwan ne duru no enso mo mpanifo a moto obia enhu nyame nyansa nka sɛ hey yɛn kasa saa adan Justice Atugba ka Ghana Constitution or ka Ghana Judiciary ho asɛm a no does not make him want to be a running mate enso mo ne akwa wetina radio no so ɛbɔ nsɛm sreye na yɛne nkwara ne asra no pa sɛ openye gyekum die onim nyansa o nti ebu yehu na yembu nkotodwe penyini nyɛ saa penyini ɛkasa nyansɛm penyini edi nkan ɛhwɛ asɛm no eti asɛm no ehu bebi asɛm no free ehu bebi asɛm no wo sɛ kudo ansa na penyini bie na no penyini nkasa jimi mu mente okwasea ɛna menkasa wɔ jimi nanso de be free wano aba no ɛna be kyerɛ sɛ woyɛ penyini kwasea ana woyɛ penyini nyansafoɔ me de me hu ne sɛ sibia wo kan wasɛm no ɛkyerɛ pefe sɛ wonya ready sɛ wode wo tribe ɛne sɛbio wobɛbie w'adwum abro tribe so aka no kora kyerɛ Ghanafoɔ. You don't deserve to sit on any table. Me ne wan sɛ bɛbɛka sɛ openyine gyekum yɛ kwasea mpanyin mentumi wobɛtumi awo me ne wan ne maka sɛ openyine gyekum yɛ kwasea mpanyin mentumi na wano asɛm ɛna bɛma nkwaraa bi a wɔte sɛ me aka sɛ na openyine wei sɛbio asɛm a wɔka no nyansa wom ɛne ne mfie kɔ sɛbio ɔte Ghana ha bi. These are the things happening. You sit in Peace FM. Kwame Duncan odi Mahama atem. Kweku Baku di Mahama atem. Kwame Sefa kan di Mahama atem. Alote Jacob di Mahama atem. Muni problem biya. Na Bernard Mona kyerɛ na adwene a ɔyɛ tani nti wo hyɛ ebechi ɛna sebio udi di ni patem. Na kapenyi onim nyansa no ubusa wo sɛ ɛdeɛ na bɛma abranti aka asɛm wei. And that is how adults think. Yendi nsɛm hunu saa. Yentena radio so nteta radio chi enkeka nsɛm hunu nsɛe man no. Yes, but this is mo penifo we mo bekasa sɛm penifo a monim nyansa. This is our problem. Intermediate de metima ka che wanyumre ni sɛ sɛbio e penyini dua mante na penyini so asɛbio why wadwe sɛ obetena dame ase no atanie de ebi mpa woto sɛ why wadwe sɛ dame ase obetena dame ase a ɛnde ɔsɛ usi wo bodenden na de bebe bia wo to gye efisɛ dame ase na why wadwe sɛ obetena no ɛne de yɛmfa ho nkyɛw ɛne ntina ahemfo ntena dame ase sɛ why wadwe sɛ yɛpanyi na sɛ obetena ni pem edi nkwara agoro a yesu enu bedi nkwara agoro sɛ obedi nkrama agoro a yenu bedi nkrama agoro kanokore na yɛ nyina yɛnkyekiri kuro no wo yɛ panyini ɛnkyɛ wo bewu ɛdeɛn na wo gye with MPP inte Akufo Addo ne MPP din nsɛm hunu kura na wo da ho ti radio so ɛhyehyɛ beechi edi nkɔfiasɛm yɛnti kroma nsɛm na bro nyɛn kae yɛnti kroma nsɛm na kɛde Japan kae yɛte ha ɛna kyɛma wontumi edi Professor Nana Akufo Addo atem wotena radio so wanka ho hye adentira ɛyɛ yɛn ne MPP fo ne yedi atem na ɔman ne dane a wo dan a wode bɛkɔmirika mumyenjai sansem hunu no mumyenjai san kwasa keka no mumyenjai sɛ ye bia ye di nkɔfo atam ye hyehyɛ beechi monti kasa ne nkyɛn obia wo monkyɛn obia obibia mo ɛyɛ radio fun bi na monya na mote ho. And it's very important sometimes we make this clear to you people. Until next time no better radio so a twitwi wo se na busa wo ho nsɛm ansa na wakasa. All right, let's move forward. Now, this is something I want us to look at again. All right, where's another story I want you people to look at? Time no day. Professor Addo, Mr. Addo. Road contractors deny Professor Addo's 1 million bribe for contract claims. Near Tiaben and Simuna, Professor Addo Bekache Ghana for say. Na Nado Danko Akufo Addo aban we and we a road contractor na say o per contractor ye ji wo sika 1 million Ghana ansa na wetumi nya contract na ade akyen a road contractors na ba bontan be ka kire Ghana for say Professor Addo boa ye na ye road contractors no ye de ye ngi ye bribe bia ma me ka bi nche Ghana for Ghana road contractors are Ghana aban with your mekano. Imre bi John Mahama ka kire Ghana for say every contractor bi a yetua ne ka bia they are either affiliated to NPP or Akufo Addo. Now sa contractors on beka say sa papa we aso kan obo an NPP contractors are omo na yetua omoka. Those contractors they don't represent contractors omo Ghana and they omo ho kire omo. Omo represent contractors in Ghana. Omo back quick. Adie chi omeka se Professor Mr. Addo Boadu. MPP contractors. Kofi Job mo contractors. Omo na ya show monim amo musika. Imbrebe John Mahama kan. Osi and the contractors walk to John Mahama. Ewo kache John Mahama say ya ye adwuma ma aban we. At least for no tum na aban ntua ye ka. Na sa contractors omo bodam. Sa contractors omo nim nyansa. Omunya Ghana for MPP contractors are and no Ghana sika no ye hwe wanim ansa na yetua woka your contractors omo yedwuma 13 years 12 years they have not paid them. Your contractors omo yedwuma 2 years 3 years this government has failed to pay those contractors. Enti sa won say adia china contractors bi aba ebe ka kire mo say ye de ye contractors Professor Addo asam no kan oboa o so tie say MPP contractors enye Ghana legitimate contractors are sebio Ghana di omuka ni entia na MPP aban abeka kire say omo the contractors ka na entia and omo nkasa ready budget e ka kire say omo the contractors ka. Can they come out tomorrow and tell us say they don't owe the contractors? We all know contractors are speaking say anytime they go to take their money they are paying them according to your party card. Omo busa so ye di ani we party be na wo ehin na wo free ansa na etu omo ka. Into what Professor Mr. Addo can, there's no lie about it. But yeah, you say, and the contractors, Muma, people like us are fighting for them to be paid. They have become MPP contractors. They don't care. They only want what they want to feed on today. It is a notice that contractor be TV so kase Professor Addo that contractor is an MPP contractor. That contractor is an MPP contractor. But the reason why people like Mr. Addo, Omukasa yen taking it serious and say, Mr. Addo, he's a teacher over school. Last me catch them say, Ghana no sebio enye obi adwene woni timbia sebio enenim nyansa. Oko piece from abebiri guo. Na de be free wa no aba e de be hu se wonim nyansa na sebio wagimi. Papa we or a teacher ni over school. Time a John Mahama ni NDC was no. What they did was they started building E-blocks. Na E-blocks no na omu sino inkurasi a sene be ya omo ye less privilege omo nya school ni bi nko won kran enye bi nko okumase ete eye faudros beji kube omo te twapiase omo te eye begoro omo te nkurase omo no so ebetumi ageti closer to senior high school. Time na John Mahama AG school across the nation papa Mr. Addo na ni krom yesi school no papa wait na TV so ka say Mahama AG adena OC schools no nkurase but nkofo we ya na Akufo Addo ba ya omka say na den Akufo Addo the free SHS ba na free SHS no yekoye no wen ne be no presec ana ye be no Wesley girls ana ye no achimota mwana mo so ka say you wanted to send education to the people. Now per se the people should have access to education. Do you want all of them to come to Accra for good education? Ni nyina ne se e wose schools no ye de ko bankora no ye de ko omufie se ne be ya tia ebe ya kono omu nyina betuma akọ ho. We are right after election 2016 na aba o say free SHS E-blocks na Mahama sisi no Ghana no we sisi no ngurem mfaso bi enu so e de ne kotam nipa 1005 ne do mu ko sa school no. This is the same man sitting on the same platform catch Ghana for say e was say akora bi enya access to school. I was say Akufo Addo free SHS. Now question person busa say Akufo Addo free SHS no onko na ofun no mana. We mu na di Ghana animo. Omu nim nyansa wo. Sebio enye panyin bi adwene woni tim na nim nyansa wo. Akufo Addo ba paw no onwu asema na oka. And the yem busa say na Akufo Addo no ba no free SHS no on pointed to one school Akufo Addo is here or the free SHS. And these are the people in Ghana or school or a teacher new ni school on crime. Na obi ba te bekwai yakosi E-block ho ono de onye bi nkono school ni sie kurase esondodo school no yankofa nipa 1005 nko kurase ho. He has forgotten say school no it was targeted at communities satellite places. Right now we are having the highest enrollment in senior high schools. Thank you enough facilities in Ghana. We will not be doing double track system. Penyinia we Jimmy, the be free na no aba and the be say we Jimmy anaso ni nyansa. And these are the people who were championing Akufo Addo free SHS now. These were the people, Mr. Addo, they were championing. Let's do free SHS now. Now free SHS now. No near Koyen. And we have been living with these clowns, these hypothesis clowns, these psychosis patients in Ghana for 7 years. We have seen nothing. They have not questioned their own God they brought to power, but they are rather blaming we the young ones, trying to let them understand that it is through their utterances and recklessness and Nayaba Bedruha as a nation. So these are people say diomochi near kasa where they dream with the team, where the OTP FM, the team who kwale watna TV radio so acha onimnyansa, we will get it wrong. Momenti asem na be free o manu aba no. Nyansa ewom ene emfaso de bebre ye ne ene ochena. Obi anyini a na OTP FM for 23 years a enkyere so onimnyansa wo. So obi efudwene na se OTTV so na o kasa na no nsuo a emane nyansa wo e de be free ne numa ba. Near way ashes and the ebetuma boye or china ebetumia boye. That is what we have to be doing. Ain't you the same person? You were against e-blocks as a sondodo adanyedakogun krasi. You the same person, you are advocating that so many people should go to school. So how do you at the end of the day make these two work? How do you make these two work? You want more people to enroll, but you don't want big schools to be built. Because one school can take 1,500 people. We are talking about 400,000 people who the floodgates have been open. Neighbor school. Inti young choir Daniel hosting Korano. And now what Professor and Mr. Addo school no yakon funum. Simple intelligence they don't have. You didn't kwasiafo we chia mama kekan some of us because of titles, unnecessary titles, until we cannot question people's intelligence. And if you're a Ghanaian, a young man, and you are listening to this man in 2016, now in the whole 27, now we say this man is suffering from a mental disease. I say, you to me, a defining my the Akufo Addo who promised 350 senior high schools, he's not built one. They cannot still sit on radio. And an opinion of Yokumo on to me, the Omo can say, Sanko, the president to pay, and Kabo said, oh. Tell Mahama AG kwasiafo so omundi president da no na motiti peace FM bube na mo hye ebechi di awonafo atem mu di JJ Rollins atem mu di Mahama atem no etani and dem hu nipa betena so de mo de be ebe defend no e de nkwasiasam ne yete ho organa sa no and ne empese be ka no kura kakra ma ekuro no enkwara na omo ba no omo benya beebi agina de bia ye hye nkwasia bechi ene ye defend akromfo Debia yeshe nkwasia bechi. Debia yeshe nkwasia bechi. Yede yadane ho nkofobia, yadane ho criminal Christians. Bible no quotation ye be pick no, it depends problem a wom. Quran no ye be pick quotation a problem a wom emu quotation ye pe. Inti yakodi boni a ne akope quotation a e defend sa boni no na ye atete ye ho. Sa nkwasia journalism bi na moye no peace FM nkokora te semo. Sa semba na o say ya ka na yakopeke nkwasia ba ebetumi abo asem no amana make sense to you people. And that is what they do, and that is what they have been doing to date. Openye yekum to peace FM asem MPP asemba or the bene yi ano NDC asemba o kana tra sa nkwasia asem ni bi ni atena ho abeduru hande nkwasia be nkwasia nchirechiremu ye nka no kore president onu utipen se akogina hunamem edi omatam oti radio so da hu defend the ebe taretare weni ase na waka na sen wasase so no wu. And mo ne nkofo na mo say Ghana mo na sebio mo say Ghana no I say ka no kura kire mo ma mo nya mo ho say mo de we are from humble homes obi afri humble home ma mo nya mo say so obi kasa nipa ne mu ade ye de ye ne saa ne den e de abetena radio so da bi ontumi ntena radio so afri okọ ontumi nka no kura fa Jimmy so okọ na omo radio so mbeka no kura no omo nka no kura no. And it's like people like us, when we listen to you people, we laugh, we puke, because I dream them with some yenim. Munye ready some obekano kre ema Ghana koso. Very dirty old people. Ye greet ko for the letter bar almost say yen king kanche Ghana for. Ye de munim say ye juma ye wa hano. Ye dogana nti ye ya yenji obi esika ye che. Greet ko for so much trouble fubi. Na min church bro fu ni mu otwi. Na Ghana fu nyina ehun de e koso. Na greet ko no omofa omohwe enyinem kanea ho. Ghana ho enyinem kanea. Ya chono brofum ebia so abefo ntiase kwabrefo ebia aya asante achim ɛyɛ mamponfo nipa bebre Ghana ebi abrofo na no den enti ɛyɛ grid kufo ayi krata sɛ menkyirem menkan ne brofo na mendwudwam sɛ metuma kan nkran so a mendwudwam sɛ meka ne mfanti a mendwudwam ebi a metuma ka no ɛyɛ krobo ɛne French a mendwudwam enti time ne do announcement a grid code abani for immediate release grid code focus immediate release I'm saying minimum ya yan kan kyerɛ mo I'm saying minimum ya yan dwudwam ɛne ɛfɛ immediate release ɛni minimum ya mo fa nkɔ abɔntene na nipante o kinkan bi na ho immediate release ɛsi ɛni minimum ya yan fa nkɔ abɔntene ɛne ɛfɛ immediate release. Corporate Communications Ghana Great Company Limited, PO Box, blah 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 blah, October 26th, 2023. And then you no omode omanu asem egu krata so. Say minimi ya yankin kan kyerem. Power supply challenge. Asem no krata no asem pa e wosoro no say bibi e friend power supply challenge. Say enyiremu kanea eye enyiremu kanea no eye ne nchicheye anase eye senia munya no eye ansem kakre bi aba ho ye challenges benyamadu pu omnsem ye gina bebro baby bebra chibi me no ka say kwame ata okuta paper ikave ye ntem kave ntem na yenkoda na esi e hwe die da bi o ye nya abotre bi wote abrochire ai nyansafo ne die so inti light no egina so se mo si ni bibi computer tahiru. Power supply challenge. Eye nyiremu kanea omode maye no eye wentwi kakra ene nyoma emu odin kakra bi aba ho. Nti omo se menkenkan. The Ghana Great Company Limited, GRIDCO, the operator of the National Interconnected Transmission System, NITS, informs the general public that due to limited gas supply to Tema, there will be a supply gap of 550 megawatts at peak time. GRIDCO for say omo enehwe enyinemu kanea ne kasiem ne kasiyo a omo ma ECG nkanea ne bi mo de maye e wo yemfiefiem na ende asema omo de abetu dwane say yenka nkyere Ghana for say eye enyinemu nkanea na yede ema mo no efiri omo hokọ ECG wa ebeba wo fie no omo say BBS na de esiri nyina ne say eye emframaja aye friend gas or some tia say inframaja and the maye nyinemu kanea into your friend gas almost say inframaja sebio a free GRIDCO ho eba tema matema chichema Ghana nyina eye ECG no almost say see aye kese eye inframaja eye gas no eye broni beka bibi ti say eye 550 megawatts inframaja ne kasiye mu a eye 550 megawatts no se sia mom de ye ken eswa short enti ye ka bibi say peak time ye will be for the prime time na obetuma ka say a peak time enti omo se sia men omo no mo ka say se sia dem from agya no akofom ojam frama. Thank you very much Jennifer Baden Young otitwi chairman ojam frama anam from agya ojam frama na de into omo se sia no ojam frama eye gas na eba no mo de matema no gas ne so ate 550 megawatts enti emra enkania hiamo pa no enkania no de so bete jire wo ya me do agigim uni anufuo ko sankranfo nwom shege uni anufuo o ko sankranfo nwom ka me o shege oniko o ma ni pa no se me ka meme nensenense o shege ai uni chest o ko sankranfo nwom unim nyansa obebu mai mo de munim de eba nti omo se mframaja anase ojam frama no eswate nti sia no ye ka bibi prime time emra mo benya kanea de aye munjuma edi munjuma no sa mra no munya kanea. Omo ko second paragraph omo say this will affect power supply to consumers in some parts of the country. Omo say ojam frama na se sia eswate a omo nya emfa matema ema ECG mam kanea no ebema dum so astati enimeni ya immediately release enimeni ya enti esia no omo se dum saba ojam frama no so ate ni nyina ne se omo ni sika omo de betobi enti tesia no ye ginam dum so aba Now quote a third paragraph or say the inconvenience caused is deeply regretted and the bro for that 1930 you can say the inconvenience caused is deeply regretted that on person say mumpu dumusoni de say bro for the mama nyo bibia say the inconvenience caused is deeply regretted et says sebio obi eja ne nine we hwegu ho na waka say oh we dey sorry no adan ho kofie toilet le gu ho no e won also dealing with it ebia bro for mo nhyira ntiase so obi tro say the inconvenience caused is deeply regretted et say obi sebio we eja ne na egu kurabem a wotwa mo ne fie na wo hwie na gu ho o say oh bro sorry why we dey man shada owie no adane no ho akɔhye fie opeso kire wo say toilet le gu ho no e wow problem into the inconvenience the and regret the mema no to trim opeso kire wo say the see adum so aba into tutu nyoma ye shege cardio take lo tibo o mami o ka but say enyinatim into almost say the see adum so aba into afa ne ye be kire nsem nim she wo de unim de ko ye kire ma wodwa na me ko cheche mu ngina hwan ya kirem obi atene ho ase dum so aba agigim na mo me enko enne asam no so uni nufuo unufuo nketenkete se obo ase anka wo okosa nkrafo asa obodam onufu susa obesa nkrafo asa nkrafo asa ye chest na sa sogbe wajimi ubebu man bra mo bebre no munim de ekọ okay ende yabeka inyirim kane ho asem yete ya ne yabeka kire se Ghana sesia no yabetua judgment debt of $140 million ediama eye adwumakuo bia no ne Ghana edi insawoso tama John Mahama ban NDC ti so no sebi odum so ba ye no omo any company bibre esensan nkrata ema yenya inyirim kane adodo a ende sebi Ghana dum so making inkwasiafo ntumi hweso nti ede asa de ne ho aba na tama Mahama mufri aban mu no MPP for ba ya no so da bi san enjumakuo ya omaboa ma Ghana enya inyirim kane a ebi ebuso no san inyirim kane no osom fam ho adwene no mu bu o mo faso inti nkrata ana contractor omo ne Ghana ban san no MPP aban that time na eye obi a friend Mr. Jako ono na eye energy minister ema asese na omo yo mo adwene se ombe bu company ni bi fi afaso ama companies ni bi akọ abrochire ingresi e de omo ano asem ene asem eye omo ye no akodi court mende court say Ghana eye oman Ghana ye bumra so ye ndi ye contract so ye ne afa no ya nhyeda endi so ya nka no kre enti eye sa adwumakuo no omombra embeje $140 million na abrochire court ejudwa asemrim no omo se Ghana fo enya sika na ntua ye nyapade e wa abrochire ba ko mienu miensa enan a ye commission no bebia papa wuso ankomaten bebia kwaje visa o UK no omo de bema eye company no enti me no ka say Ghana de ka $140 million. Now, why in the cause the problem we? How did we get here? Who caused this judgment debt? Who should be held liable? Nipa ben ne osi eso mudua. Eka se mo na makobo sa aka we ya begu yeso. Boy you misika na saying 56 million Ghana. That 56 million Ghana waje. That be normally your politics. Yeah, why you me? Ogba show me boboke I say yen for yin bieka why you me sika 56 Ghana 56 million and sankwasiafo we almost say why you me 140 million na mum yendwum den na we buy why na betua me ne wo na betua me ne wo ene otufo ene ya na ene togbe afedi ene ne kromfo ene achemfo hene ene de enkranfo me krom fantefo ahemfo ye na ye betua sankwasia sika we what to busame now my mentor YouTube I want 1k likes right now. If you're on YouTube make the likes 1000 then let's move on. Maybe likes not check and it's 903. Let's make it 1k and move on. We are big. All right now my mentor check the munchiramo inti sorry and yebeti asem we egigim nyabotre ne tie me say am fa phone calls right okay but me pese me magana for etunye ekoso Ghana how dangerous this government is. I was saying you pay bi ko efiase. Yes, sorry, I no pay na eye papa bi your friend Mr. Kobradonko or your former energy minister or NDC abaimu or the no assembly abeto abonten na no assembly dey na no paakire Kobradonko say eye GPGC judgment debt for properties no longer subject of possible sale. Now the akosi nyina say eye GCPG dey for mo ko abrochire no Mr. Kobradonko na or your former energy minister no ono so akasa na ne kasa yi mu no o kire se eye ye japade a ende ye de kosi awawa eye Ghana for yentumi ntua ka eye ye japade ni bi o se ton bi ebi ho a yentumi nton no o wona no asema o ka o se o se omo a omudi ye nim mpenifo a na omudi ye nyam nkanea ene ye energy nanim no o se sa mpenifo no ye den ye so omudua obi ti say Mr. Ejako ana oye Minister of Energy those times no mumi nkobro for kanyina ne say eye asema abaya ende Ghana ye kutua $140 million no nipa bi ti say Boache Ejako one na ye minister a o hwe eye energy so na ono kobra donko no eye ne experience in politics and as a former minister no se minister won sa ene hye eye kratase ema aban take decision bia e wo se wo na insunsanso no eba oje efri se sa contractor Ghana sign ya sebio later ye cancel ye no nipa na ne sa hye krata na se no eye Boache Ejako na Boache Ejako so eyi ano no na asem nyina ne se sebio na oye energy minister nanso eye contract na ye cancel ya ende account ana how we abeto yeso no 140 million no sebio eye na adodanko Akufo Addo one ne cabinet and take decision no enti Boache Ejako say even though no ye minister of energy no ne nsa na hyase na enso ye Akufo Addo ena sebio o share no se onfa ne nsa enhye krata na se ma ye cancel contract no ena Mr. eye donko eka se sebio we are minister na sa won sahye krata asia eye wasede se ehon sunsanso bi ebeba no so wo ena ye totowa no wo ena wo se ye twewase na eye Mr. Donko kasa no se even se okose onsa kohye krata ase ana ye be sign contract na se ebia Attorney General Krampo bibi e friend advice ana se ode futuo eka se Mr. Minister okwa akotwa krata we okwa akọ sign contract we Attorney General Jumadi en se e wo se ode na dwenkyere ma wo se eye contractor akosani edi how beba ana emfa how beba emfa how mba inti up to you the minister to decide say Attorney General advice no the man no ya na say enye binding enye chinchine a Attorney General to me show say contract no sign ana say men sign it inti say advice bi kura ba every the Attorney General up to you the minister to make sure say what should contract ako sign no make sure say legislature parliament so humu trodo and sana ya jatum nanso Boache Ejako no ye hwehwe nsem no mu a ono ena ne nsa hyase na ende ye busa Boache Ejako say wona won nsa hyase o 140 million emredu na ye toto nkofo ano na ye panipa atweomase akohye efiase a e wo say make sure say anasa ohu say wanhwa a ohu bebon mu wanhwa obekọ efiase ende Boache Ejako enso ne kokọ apai Boache Ejako sorry ya orosa trokrata tin chirem adekudie ntia komna donko asem o woka no enya asem a e wongina so efise ono so wasem ka the dust has settled dust na settle inti abekinkan nsem a Boache Ejako enso etoma komna donko toma Ghana fo se ono na emom na oye minister no nanso de komna donko ka no eningina so owo nchirechiremu yen kan Boache Ejako nchirechiremu no na afa yen starting free baby a asem we free ba ye wi a na ehu nipa a o se so ne pa Boache Ejako chiro ne letter no say ena ode beto abontene Boache Ejako agigim ne letter no de dia enkan letter we say na Boache Ejako chiro ne letter no ene ne nchirechiremu for immediate release or say ni menim ya yankenkan immediate release dia ohu a so am for some TBB ka say immediate release then say ni menim ya yandwam eni menim ya mama hyehyehye yandwam into ono so de atro immediate release oti immediate dia say ni menim ya yandwam Boache Ejako letter de emi wom ono so de brofo de oboa otwe ne space to ankwase akeka nkwa nti o say nya abotre ne kenkan so am for brofo de mu pi nti munya abotre na menkenkan kirechiremu na menkyerem bia asem no ewo mo bia nda wo enyiremu kan o say dum so aba ende ne ebehu bia dum so no free ene de be mo ati say MPP o mabodam o magimi o ntumi ndi Ghana so ya ka kire mo ensema ya kan wa nyina akade Japan ti ase o on saje mo we technical dodo ono on ti ase oro ejibiji ono abodam esi ameke wada baba no opunu to wada punu to wo ho ono saje mo ono street politics now ma menchechire mu nkyerem. My attention has been drawn to some very unfortunate an ill-informed statement by Honorable Kwabena Donkor on the termination of the GPGC Power Purchase Agreement. Also, what tia sembi on framing free Dr. Kwabena Donkor wa ohun say Kwabena Donkor no ansem na wakan kura on tiasie on shada enti in sem no wase tiasie say Kwabena Donkor or your former energy minister baby a ejako tran no watena hopen. And so Jaco say what is senyo bi won frame ma ono wo hu se Kwabena Donkor asem oka no ebia se bi asem na oka no tiasie enti obedwudwam ma Kwabena Donkor atene ho ase. I deem the utterances most unfortunate and irresponsible coming from a former minister who ought to know that it is not within my power or province or that of any minister to unilaterally cancel or terminate a contract of this nature. Or see, opposite Kwabena Donkor tiasie say any eye ne power sim anas oni ho kwan anas oni ehu akwenye bia say oya minister no owo sa akwenya na ana owo tumi say contract sa e say GPGC for contract no ono ebetumi etwam o say ono as a minister no opese Kwabena Donkor ene Ghana 40 say oni sa tumi no oni sa akwenya no bibia ni na dwuma ho a kire say owo tumi a e wo say contract aban asan no otumi twam yanko enim. Upon assumption of office, the newly elected NPP government decided to take all the necessary actions to contain the cost of power generation and distribution in Ghana. It became necessary to review the implementation of the many power purchase agreements, that's the PPAs, because should all of them be implemented as originally scheduled, it will result in the production of excess energy with its attendant cost, which would worsen the financial situation of the power sector. The review was therefore to help cut back on losses that would be incurred. Or see, time MPP are buying a bar a year abamu 2017 omo J a year to me no. They see and say, omo tenase ehun say a year contractor MDC for a sign ye a year dodo no omo tenase hu say contractor NDC asensan edoso na ama sebio eye enyinemu kanea ahoɔden no yenya dodo excess power osene yenya enyinemu kanea dodo no we have gotten too much power. If you say NDC for sign contract bebrea na ama ye enyinemu kanea no doso excess power na ye too much power and am dodo we ye den ensa kwemu eye openye jekum me be no me di hia into the NPP aban tena se ye ne say omunya abotre ena omo ye omadwene say senior eye NDC sign contract bebre ama sebio enyinemu kanea no ahoɔden no egina so dodo na ebi ebusu no omo hwɛ se so man hwɛ ne yie a saa sika dodo omutua ema omo ma enyinemu kanea no wan hwɛ asika no ebe too much a ebe ma aban na bre inti omo ye omadwene say omo be pensem na omo hwehwɛ mu na sebio contractor NDC sign ye no omo betwitwa bim one or say na omo buy no na omo won kanea ye won kanea too much enyinemu kanea na edoso or the brofo bi shall say excess power na say kanea ye hia no na adoso dodo NDC for koro omo ye so bi dum so buy no afi omo jan kanea too much ye Jimmy brutal NDC for somebody do so buy NDC for some be say Ghana adwuma no ye say omo free power no na omo jai too much energy. Hey, na nyem na mo say NDC koro omo ntuma so dum so no enkwasiafo kuo enyem na mo ka say mo free power mobile power no na NDC for solve dum so ene de boacheja akose time omo be di power no omo ba 2017 no na nyinimu kanea ahoɔden no wo soro do edoso na ebi kura kechire yanko yenim inti o say adikudie ntia ema MPP aban eye na adwene so obetu anamon we no na ere se omo pese omo boa Ghana sika se mefri se na omo maye nyinemu kanea ni nyina no ye tua omo ka inti na nyinemu kanea ne doso dodo eni inti na omo ye omo adwene se omo betu hu anamon. An interministerial committee was set up under the chair of the Energy Commission to review the fiscal and legal implication of power purchase agreement executed by the Electricity Company of Ghana. Or say, enunti NPP aban Akufo Addo die ma no oye energy minister no omo ti ekuo bi a ye from interministerial committee a na yesi omo ntena se na omo nhwehwem eye contract ene eye contractor NDC aban ne sa company si call ya senia eye ebeboa Ghana fo nti NPP aban no eti committee na nipa na oda committee na no na oye nipa bi a oye adwuma wo energy commission ono a oye minister of energy no ya anya ne chairman na energy commission no yakofa obi wo ho ene obeye chairman e wo committee nim. Okay, so amefo pepe hade oba o de munya ti kakra obi abeti ase an yanko yanim. Or say the 18-member committee was chaired by Dr. Alfred Ofosu-Ahenkra, Executive Secretary of the Energy Commission. Or say a whole committee was put together. Na nipa na yɛde to committee na no so yɛ chairman abra ɔno ejako yɛ Minister of Energy no ya ama ɔno anya chairman na yɛkɔfa man bi abrante bi a friend Mr. ana Dr. Alfred Ofosu-Ahenkra or your Executive Secretary of Energy Commission ɔno ɛne yɛde no bɛto ɛyɛ commission committee na no what the more. No problem, Elkem. According to say, its report was submitted on the 5th of April 2019 under reference ECMOE 17. Ose committee no, omo ye omo dwuma nyina wie no, omo report no, omo submit no on the 5th of April 2019. Omo power 2017. Into 2 years after the committee and report nyina wie, and omo submit ye. Yanko yenim. The report was subsequently put before Cabinet for consideration and action. Cabinet directed that the report be further reviewed by the Attorney General. This was done. Cabinet subsequently gave its approval for the recommendation of the report to be implemented. Or say, committee dia wadwuma nyina awie no, eye cabinet na Nana Danko Akufo Addo ene ne nyansafo etena ase eka say eye report na omaye no de e wo so moye ne say omonsa emfa nkoma Attorney General na Attorney General enhwehwem na ohwehwem a omo wi a na omo de aba ansa na omo de omonsa ahya ase ye ka say cabinet a na Akufo Addo wo ho na Alankodwo Chiremanten wo ho na Chiremanten nankasa eka cabinet ho saa time no na Oslawu so te hobi na efiri yakoto te wo Mahamudu Baomia tim saa nkɔfoɔ ni nyina te cabinet ɛna ɔmo ka sɛ mo awie report na mo mfa nkɔma ɔman lawyer panyini a yɛ friend the Attorney General saa time no na Gloria Kufu ɛna ɛne ɛyɛ Godfrey Dame ɛna esi ɛhɔ dendendene nti ɔse cabinet ɛka kyerɛ committee sɛ yɛka sɛ cabinet a Nana Danko Akufo Addo ɛna ɛka kyerɛ committee sɛ mo awie mo dwuma a mo mfa nkɔma Attorney General na ɔhwehwɛ mu wie a mo mfa mmra nti ɔso ɔmo hwehwɛ mu wie ɔmo de baa no ɛna Nana Danko Akufo Addo ɛde ne nsa ɛhyɛ krataa ase sɛ cabinet agye atum nti committee de dwuma mo yɛ no Nana Danko Akufo Addo agye atum cabinet agye atum ɔmo nyinaa agye atum yɛnkɔ enim. In respect of the GPGC PPA, the report recommended the termination of the PPA with a capacity of 107 megawatts at an estimated loss of $18 million or else pay excess capacity charge of 24.9 million per annum over the contract period of 4 years. Almost say eba eye GPGC for contract ne dia eye committee ni kire pampe say yentwam efri say omohwe de ekona sika yetua no na nka osi etua 18 million a year nanso committee ni so motena ase no omo say Ghana for otua 24.9 million which omo hu say na nyansanim enti Akufo Addo committee no ehye ne kete ema Akufo Addo kenkan cabinet kenkan Akufo Addo kan Baomia kanye, Osla kanye, Alankodwo Chiremanten kanye, ono ejako no so kanye, ministers ni nyina tena ase kanye so we de no kra yentwem. Ai, nana we de yentwem. Nti omo nyina gitu mu se yentwa contract nim. Okay. Now, the report was subsequently matra bibiana no now you must say this is an emergency plan with a 5-year PPE use plant, not new, and high tariff. Major equipment has arrived at the Tema port awaiting tax exemptions to clear. Also, omo nyina hu say sa company no na sebio omo enjuma omo bedino omo equipment no kura na dada. Oba ya ose power abroso. Ose excess power ho. Sebio usum abrewa bebi okwo wada de fa ho ben. Oba ya sa company na omo machines aye dada. A omo krebia ba no na omo ma excess power. In this no na wugina so de twa contract ni ma also omo so wagimi. Because so was say na nyoma nyina ya dada e de na otumi generate excess power by engina ho ejaku na echirichirim. Now oba sewa o say remarks from the report follows. O say report mu nsem na o chiro ma chire mo no. And I quote, based on the 2018-2030 demand supply capacity balance and the tariff rank of the project, the full capacity of this project will be excess, resulting in estimated cost of $115.4 million within the duration of the PPA. Mame encheni gears wa na menchiremo the next page no. Boacheja akonkoso no ase ho no o say the likelihood of the plant being idle is further heightening by the fact that it is a pure natural gas fired turbine to be located in Tema where there is inadequate gas to feed it. There is therefore a high probability of the plant remaining idle even if allowed to proceed. Now the omo kanyina nsa de kudi nti omu twemu na all kan de war report no committee na adwuma omu ye ya Akufo Addo cabinet e de omu nsa hye no e hye ensa hye ase no report ne kire se Akufo Addo nim asem wo yo ba omi anim Kennedy nim Alankash nim MPP fo nyina nim omu sa de kudi nti a e mo omu twemu a na e war report me kire se eye sa company no de omu hu ye ne se eye omo machines no na ye machines a sebio ojamfrema no na enane no abra sebio na anka omo other means a anka omo betumi e de abo eye nyiremu kanea na omo hu se eye sa machines na company no no sebio adwuma eye no se ye ntua wo ka anase yampe asemi amfanfa so a na sa machines no ebetuma tena ho a embo adwuma na omo consider sa nyoma nyina hu se machines no even though ye nya excess power no infa so bia ni so if we say ma ye energy a ye ntumi ntua enti omo hu ni say na ye nya power too much eni nti na machine omo hu ni say report mi ka say machine no infa so bia ni so enti na omo twa contract ni na of course no see based on the decision of cabinet or see or no check combinado nko say based on the decision of cabinet I as minister initiated the process by informing all interested parties of this decision and requested that the decision be implemented. Or see, or catch the Ghana for say, eye nana adodankwa Akufo Addo cabinet ana okahono. Omo ena sebio omo kan say, ono a oye minister no, on making sure say, obia oka contract nwe bia atiase. Boacheja kasa te say onye cabinet minister or person kasa say the onka cabinet who, and so he's using grammar to make it look like he is different from cabinet. He is a cabinet minister, but he is using grammar to make it sound to say oti baby and a cabinet here the baby. He is part of the decision making. And they said the Kennedy Japan you know or kasa to say MPP do baby no baby or ka MPP on into question or say at the time I left office, the government of Ghana and GCGP consequently began negotiations to give effect to the decision to terminate. Also, time and that free office, no. Oh, say Ghana buying any sa company and they could $140 million a moment. Na omu doom pempen swabia or mobile contract nim. Or see. Time and na free office 2018 no na Ghana buying any company no omo dum pempen so na omo betwem. These are the facts which I know are available to the honorable minister. Signed Boacheja. or say asem no nokura ewo mu no na wadwudwam ama Ghana fo ene kobna donko omonte omo ho ase. Now the first question is, NPP for the nka kire Ghana for say NPP for e ka kire Ghana for say John Mahama ni NDC o man so dum so pe o man kasa first energy minister no time o mo baaye no na NDC for gya nyinimu kane ahoden too much na de wo ho no dɔso excess nkofo ya na beka kire say NDC entumi ansolve dum so and the edurachi o man kasa o mo so o mo baaye no na power no kura too much. Now ejako so ka kire ye say ansa na go be free office no why na omo cancel contract no ejako so esa ka kire say eye nana ado danko Akufo Addo enna otene mu ede ne nsa hye krata ase ema ono edane koliko Akufo Addo twetwe no ema omo cancel contract no nti Akufo Addo ne cabinet a ono ka ho ena omo take decision no after Akufo Addo set up committee a ono ejako a oye sector minister no ya anya ne chairman o see obeso ka che Ghana fo nyina se ono ena start sa deal we ono ena o start process we a ye de kwa akotwa contract ni mu na emom enye ono na o ma order no sebio ono na frefre edom ni nyina ma o mo baaye ema o mo ka o ma dwunu bom se ye ekotwam na time eduru so o mo twam no ne apam no enti o ka kire Ghana fo se ono de onim ho hwe emom ono na starting kwan no ono na ebo ase ono na sebio o de bonwini no tumu enti ende ya serve kwan no mo hini na wu a obi amblemu no efu se time na ye serve kwan no na ono ya pam na free kitchen ho enti ende amanfo di kwan no na se amanfo wu a ma obi amblemu no efu se on de obon kwan na se keke but change akon analogy na medwudwam was simple terms a kire no ono de osi na or kitchen or a chief chef ono na opa nam bonyo opa eye catfish ono na pa adwene ono na pa eye den eye ofui nam ono na pa eye enam prekonam na ode bon kwan na se na obon kwan na se no na ode bonyo tumu poison tumu na ode bodwunu tumu no na enkwan na eka krama na ben no ye pam ni free jare ho ana kitchen ho na sesia no ohini na di wewu ochiame edi wewu queen na di wewu impenifo titi wadi eye enkwan na wu but o see ma obi amfa bibia meto no so efise ye pam ni free jare ho emom ono na bon kwan na se na ma menchiro nipa also mko jail Mamenchiro, why Ejako is a liar and why Ghanaians should hold Ejako responsible. Godfrey Dame, the Attorney General, responsible. Sir, judgment that way, ye Kurubi and Kankofu inki two almost sir. And ya caught the Attorney General's office to tell him to step down. Because I would name any yebetia. Now, I'm pese obobe take blame no. Now, here there. Near Tikromha, Mobi andao, in Jumuna Nekosono. Yeti krom ha ena boache jakon yeti krom ha ena ye pam boache jakon no ena ye beye amewu energy minister that time ya pam boache jakon amewu ena beye energy minister na meboa amewu beye energy minister no that time na boache jakon ni ho die na amewu kaye amewu be press conference and I'll say government terminate 11 power purchasing agreement signed under Mahama inti amewu be take over from eye boache jakono ono so did not shy away from the crime or catch a Ghana for say oh media ye buy no power agreement Mahama contractor signing be 11 die ye twam or some tia say sir $140 million you buy 11 companies are almost because we might this is not the only judgment data the rest 11 was 9 they will also go to court and they will win. Why am I cause a problem now? So we ready amewu time or buy energy minister after your pam ejakwa. This or these are the words of the amewu. In a press conference on the 20th of September 2018, Amewu ka sembi mumientie no. Like one on statement by the Minister for Energy, John Peter Amewu at a press conference organized by the Ministry of Energy. Now, Mumientie the Amewu a press conference na say. Na mi dwodwo munchiremu. Ade Ghana ta obi bia clear. Now, so who read eye Amewu eye ne yina the press conference na. There was a part which was quite interesting. Yeah, give me the. What the heck is happening? All right. Now, who read Amewu and I say, "Oh, person who follow Amewu press conference now say Amewu can." So, go to page 2. You will be publish Amewu press conference. No, ebi Amewu fi. Now, ma koken kan. Na mo hu de oka wom. Oko aye page 2 of the press conference now. Say no Troy. Power sector. Financial and legal burden arising from over contracting of excess capacity. Almost say aye sikasem hu tutuye bi nsensem bia boba no. Aye say omo cancel contract bia Mahama den. Eja eto ho. Now I say we Amewu anu asem. Ladies and gentlemen, as at the end of 2016, ECG had signed 14 power purchase agreements, which were operational with combined capacity of 1,104 megawatts. Another 18 PPAs signed by ECG with a combined capacity of 6,000 megawatts, and 8 PPAs with under discussion with total capacity of 2,116 megawatts. This in addition to existing generation capacity from hydro, the VRA plants at Boadu and Tema. Now, almost say, Tema MP NDC was so dumso heti no. Amewu say NDC buying sane contract bebre and contract no na ochichi ma kire no. Or say company be a year 18 NDC any almost sign a contractor omo 6,000 megawatts. Companies be better to say 8 and also almost sign a contract be omo 2,116 megawatts. Companies be almost sign a 14 almost so omo 1,104 megawatts. So companies here NDC almost sign contract na no omo nyina supply power say nyina mu kania no ebe gina so. In time Uber press conference or say some companies be when you know omo maye nyina ma hoden e ma ye powers na do so do ama abroso mo maye nkɔ enim me kyerɛ mo adekudie nti a MPP fo omo nka no kora a wo sɛ mo pam omo fra ban mu. Now Amewu course no say no kan Amewu say Amewu 2 come out. Amewu course no o kan say me say na Amewu kan o say the over-contracting of capacity has imposed serious financial and legal obligations on governments and power consumers. This is the second page, paragraph 2. No, and I make kind of. To address these, the Ministry of Energy tasked a committee led by Energy Commission to review all PPAs signed by the Electricity Company of Ghana for conventional thermal power projects. The committee reviewed 26 out of 30 PPAs ECG had initiated. The other 4 were not reviewed because they were already operational. The combined generation capacity of the 26 PPAs reviewed amount to 7,838 megawatts. Almost say time mobile power no almost say ECG any companies bear 30 assigning their contract. Now committee ni tina sina Akufo Addo committee no omo review no omo who say 26 out of the 30 ni de omo ho son omo say omo check in na 30 na 30 companies na omo review no na 4 de omo start ye adwuma enti committee no form nsa nka omo na 26 na omo review omo no omo hu say 26 no ye ka omo dwuma di a omo di nyina boma na omo maye Ghana power 7,838 megawatt enti sa 26 no na committee ni ye say omo behwe omo dwuma die enti sa otiase a omo beto 30 companies na omo in small pieces they were giving us power. ECG no sign contract and NDC. Now omo buy no say Akufo Addo cabinet ABA committee and na Jako Kano. Now committee ni tinase no 26 out of the 30 no and omo review and I say omo share omo dwuma die mu. Now sa 26 companies no inyiramu kane ahoɔden a na ɔmoka ɔmodwumadie nyina bom a ɔmode ma Ghana no na ɛyɛ 7,838 megawatts. That means ɔmo ma power pa. Now the review noted that the projected capacity addition from the PPAs were far in excess of the required addition, inclusive of a 20% system reserve margin from 2018 to 2030, and will result in the payment of capacity charges for the dispatched plant. Say committee de Akufo Addo TN na amewu ejako wo ho no. Ye hwehwɛ mu no, hu say eye enyiramu kane a yenya every saa 26 companies mu no. Na edoso do na ama enyiramu kane no kura aboro so. Enti ema hu say sebio na yɛwo 20% bi a na ɛno krampo no yɛnyusu. Say yɛnyanyinam kanea to the point a na yɛwo 20% energy a yɛnyusu ɛwɔ hɔ as spare. Ɛnam dodo nsɛn kwan anameboa. Mena wɔka sei Burkina ɛyɛ yɛ neighboring countries no na so wɔ hɔ a ni energy o. Yɛbɛtuma aton bi ama ɔmo, but yɛsi da bi NDC fo ama yɛ power too much. Inti yɛbu ofu. Sikasɛm ɛwɔ ho yɛ too much inti yɛpɛ sɛ yɛ terminate companies no more power no send ye be ya ye ho betoye, and so excess power no na ye betuma ton bi. Remember, these were the same people telling us one district, one factory. They were saying they were going to open the economy, they were going to establish more companies. Alan Kodechi Mantini MPP say omo be see one district, one factory. If you want to open your industrial hub, na so person obie ekronim na say o person nipa bebrebe company, then you should be glad and you should be happy. Say a government left excess power, because the more companies you are opening, the more energy you are supplying. Inti the NPP government should have been happy. Say yaba say one district, one factory, ye be so many companies, ye hia enyiramu kanea, ye nia power. So why are they worried to come meet excess power if the policy you are bringing is a real policy that will impact the country? Because the more district companies you are opening, they will take their energy from your hub. Now you have excess energy. It should even encourage you to build more companies because you want to be an industrial hub. Instead, then NPP for ding say they will rather concentrate on building more companies through their one district, one factory policy to get these excess power for the companies to use for us to get more money. What was stopping the NPP government if they could not even build the one district, one factory companies around the nation? What was stopping them from selling the excess power to our neighbors who are always on our neck asking for power? Two options to the NPP. They refused to use those two. There were two options that were clear, good options, and NPP abano could use, because excess power and the what one district, one factory, be more companies, we use more machines, we have excess power. Because if you don't have enough power and you invest a lot in industrialization, in opening companies, your big power it will shut down. The reason tia Ghana called doom somuno na Ghana mu bie na companies iba Ghana into na your energy capacity could not hold the expansion of our economy. Sibia na ye kro no mu bie, sibia na indwuma ba mu no ene na de pressure beto Akosombo so ema ye called doom som. Into so bie tumi aba no the too much energy and excess aba. Then a government coming in talking about one district, one factory should be happy and excited. It should encourage the government to be building more factories so that we could translate or transfer the excess power into the country, into those industries to generate money. So the NPP government has two options. One was immediate and one was in the long term. Yanka said factories, it took some time to build, so it's a long term. But the immediate term, I say the closest was for them to offload or sell the excess power to make money for Ghana. But they did not do that. Now, I'm sure I did see it. In time, we also buy ever confirm it. Ghana for say, Sebio, what we are seeing, it is Adebia Omu Bida. They want to cancel the contract. Now, also here see me, but sure be a danger no. Ejako eka cabinet asem, right? It went to cabinet. Akufo Addo G2 on Ejako no hobby, and this happened. Now, after Amewu, yes, I know my way no. So I go back, I go check where this thing started from. Ejako ka cabinet, and a free cabinet no. eye committee Akufo Addo tie no committee ni eden committee ni pensen mo ye review e come Attorney General and na eden ejako no kasa committee no and na cabinet ho. Now from there a hot and nkosi stop ejako ni ebuse ejako say, when you were fired, what did you know? What happened for you to be fired? And the kudientia, as we speak today, yet this issue should be hanged on the neck of the Attorney General. And the Jaku say, Boadu Jaku, before he was fired, he knew exactly what Akufo Addo was doing. And what did he know? Boadu Jaku granted an interview in the catcher say, time Akufo Addo ete sa committee in say review 26 companies, you know. It was the same time and Akufo Addo who said Boadu Jaku who said Gabi Ochredakun and so ate a committee almost so the same job cabinet committee at no so okay member video natural a Jago catcher say so at that point Akufo Addo etwo ABA committee say almost 626 no na the same Akufo Addo aka catcher Gabi Ochredakun say Gabi Ochredakun so nti committee no almost so the same job government committee ne now Ejako knew that what Gabi was doing or Akufo Addo was doing was a crime. Do you know how he got to know? Because Ejako catch say on tape say na ote play the more or kwa bruchiri and na Gabi Ochredakun friend or phone so catch and say dear all ye now no swatting the committee the aban ye no or Jenny said nanado danko Akufo Addo anymore na. So when Ejako was fired from the office, he knew say there was some criminality happening. Ask yourself, why didn't Ejako tell Ghanaians there? Say the reason why I'm being fired is because that committee na ya set no Akufo Addo ama Gabi are setting the same committee and almost try to negotiate with the 26 companies behind the scenes to cut some deals, but the companies are not agreeing. And Ejako, when he stepped out of office, he could have done us good by organizing a press conference to tell Ghana for say the reason why this is happening and the reason why I think that there's going to be judgment debt is because what the government has set up, I had the committee to review the 26 Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo Addo had gone behind Ghana to contract Gabi Ochredakun and his group of people to also set up a committee and negotiate with the same companies we Ghana we are negotiating with and they are also negotiating with. So Gabi Ochredakun, they were setting up a deal with the companies that the companies didn't want to do. Into what happened was say Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo Addo die bufuo and the Pamu Ejako. If you say na Ejako was telling the companies say they should not agree to Gabi Ochredakun any Akufo Addo criminality na on person omo no. Into so steady when that review was happening na time President Akufo Addo said committee nimfa omo report and comma Attorney General no. You saw say there was a statement Ejako wrote a letter to Gloria Akufo. Gloria Akufo snaps Boadu Ejako directive not to terminate GPGC contract. A hot and Ejako echo letter ma Attorney General say committee na Akufo Addo ate report from the abrel no. Sa report mean support it if we say report no encourage you say yen cancel contracts no na the problem beba if we say one can't check Gloria no him say Gabi a deal behind him. Enti time sa letter no kodru Gloria Akufo no and na Gloria Akufo so extroma Ejako kache Ejako say me na me ye Attorney General. In fact, I think say committee ni report Akufo Addo set up no she agrees with them they should go ahead and cancel the contract. Ejako is the sector minister. He could have stopped it and said no, I will not sign it. Because Ejako from day one knew say Akufo Addo behind Ghana government had told Gabi to set up a committee. All this while Gabi had confronted Ejako to tell him say Akufo Addo knows about what I am doing. Tino Omo review 26 companies na Ameri wom na G na sa enkofo we omo de akọ UK akọje $140 million no mu nyina wo mo enti committee na all no sa committee na review Ameri a review GCGC4 so dey sa committee ba ko de Akufo Addo te ye na Osama Gabi te another one no ana omo eyo omo adwuma no sa committee na review and marry all these things into the ejako ka kire no he was just singling out a married no but in there no so na sankofo yo makoje 140 million no they were in there almost so company no na the same committee was reviewing it was all tears say 26 companies are Akufo Addo ka say wakofa energy commission for executive so omontena no 18 member committee no na Akufo Addo sama Gabi and so setting up a committee they were signing contracts with the same companies we were reviewing their documents interfere what you say. Now the problem here is who ejako you knew this. You knew that there was a criminality a Gabi Akufo Addo Koso as the sector minister. You knew it. The guy confirmed Ekachira will say DNH said the ono a signing contract with the same energy companies we are trying to deal with, DNH will say Akufo Addo does not know about it. I'll play the video for you to hear. Ejako should have stopped there. The day Ejako was fired, he was supposed to come out and say, Ghanaians, me person is save more. There is some criminality going on because the reason why Ejako Ejako and they say Ejako had written to the Attorney General to tell the Attorney General that she should not advise say the contract of the Omodiako UK $140 million, she should not agree to it. But Gabi Ochedako them, they have found a way from the Akufo Addo to force Attorney General Gloria to say yes, go ahead and cancel. Now Akufo Addo wanted a way to deal with a Gabi committee and the companies behind the scenes. The 18-man committee in it is just a smoke screen. The only person who was a hindrance was Ejako. That is why Akufo Addo fired Ejako. Now Ejako ye nipa boni ono so ye kromfo nti. Ejako could not sit or open his mouth to tell us say the reason why I believe I've been sacked and say Gabi Ochedako Akufo Addo man setting up a committee. They are signing company a contract behind the government. And no na Ejako beka kire ye say the dust when the dust settles because no president did. He was scared to say so ti Akufo Addo to na omaya tia say Akufo Addo any Gabi as set up a committee almost signing contractor MPP for bubefu no omo ntoma no man president. And nitina we kept asking Ejako say what really happened for you to be fired or say when the dust settles. Akufo Addo na ka kire me Gabi say mean setting up my own office and sign contracts with the same companies you the committee you are reviewing. Ejako knew this. Ejako knew we. Ejako could have saved Ghana this $140 million. If Ejako had come out as a patriotic Ghanaian to tell Ghana for say, hey, I've been fired, but I want to tell you what is happening. Ejako ye nipa bonini. Akufo Addo ye nipa bonini. Gabi ye nipa bonini a MPP for ye nipa bonifo. Godfrey Dame so be shame a ono so boy no. What happened was that he kept quiet. And he kept quiet for Ghana to go through hell. And Nintina Kobna Donkoka said, you Ejako, you need to answer questions because you knew that from day one a crime was being committed. You knew it. It wasn't like you heard it all. You knew it. Because Gabi had told you on phone, say the president is making him do that. But Ejako, Akufo Addo pamono, because of his greed, one can want some. And the $140 million now. Yeah, Ejako as a former energy minister and Kobetuma stop the way. Gabi Ochedako committed crime in the name of Ghana. Gabi Ochedako is a criminal. Our sanka nipo ya chin ye chanichi or ya kromfo ye ri. Ejako you knew. Now, what is more disheartening about this whole thing in the say? After the whole thing is serious, Attorney General Godfrey Dame, instead of Godfrey Dame to say, from what we are seeing, we have to do what? We have to recall this contract because timer a year Ejako throw letter Ekoma Gloria Akufo no. Because Gloria Akufo didn't want to go against Akufo Addo's that stiff anger toward on person Akufo Addo be had no. On my alternatives. Or catch say, but Ejako, I am agreeing to, or I am advising them to do what? Go ahead and cancel the contract. Nanso, say Ghana any SAR company, when they come together and settle, there is still another way they can renegotiate. It can go back to government for parliament to do what? For government to sign, for cabinet to sign, for parliament to pass. Internet Gloria Akufo Sakachire Ejako say Ejako. Even though I am advising say this can be cancelled, there's also another option. Intinka Godfrey Dami Bar office, what Godfrey Dami should have done was that Godfrey Dami should have said, hey, this decision is wrong. Why don't we take this whole thing back? Why don't we re-sit with these people and negotiate? And negotiation, about gentleman's negotiation, we will not end up causing financial loss to the state. But when Godfrey Dami came, even though he had these two options to do what? To take, he ignored it and went ahead and confirmed the cancellation. Godfrey Dami, after making sure the cancellation is completed, he refused to go to court 2021. The first time a company we call UK say Omudiyako court. Godfrey Dami, because he knew the Gabiaye, the Akufo Addo, he didn't even go to court. They were calling the case in the UK. Godfrey Dami said COVID-19 into own to me court. The judge was sitting. The court was sitting. They were calling Ghana, come and tell us your part of the story. Godfrey Dami was in Ghana because Gabi Ochidako had told him don't move. Akufo had told him don't move. Those people, they can go and take whatever money they want to take. Do you know that company that went to the UK to win that 140 million, the person who owns the company is related to Akufo Addo? Do you know? You have no idea, right? Inti Godfrey Dami stood in Ghana, sat in Ghana, waited for the case to almost die, because not almost per se you lose the case, Because if we had not lost that case, if Godfrey Dami had brought the people back to the table as the Attorney General and forced the minister then, Amewu, and also cabinet to renegotiate with the people, what would have happened is say Gabi Ochidako deals now was signing behind, it wouldn't be possible. Because at that point, Gabi had already signed contract. Akufo Addo Amana signed a contract. The moment you bring these people back to go and renegotiate for cabinet to endorse, for parliament to pass, then the contract that Gabi signed behind the scenes, what do we do with it? What Godfrey Dami did was that he looked on and he acted as if say in court 2021 is nothing. He knew we were going to lose the case. He knew there was going to be judgment debt. He knew that we were committing a crime. But as an Attorney General, he closed his eyes and he was fooling in Ghana. So these people went to UK. Our Attorney General knew Godfrey Dami. The President knew. Gabi Ochidako knew the crime they had committed. They only wanted the people to go and take the money, because if the people come back to the table to renegotiate, Gabi will be exposed. But nipa waya bone. Nipa find the bone entumi nche eye Boache Jaku. Because the day Boache Jaku was fired, if he had come out to say, this is what I know. This is what I know. In fact, I have spoken to Gabi. He said, this is what has happened now. And this whole thing will not happen, because immediate conveyance of parliament would have happened, and this whole thing would have brought it back. So we need to understand, say Boache Jaku did us more harm. Attorney General Godfrey Dami did us more harm, because who steady Boache Jaku chokoma Gloria Akufo. Now Gloria Akufo responded to Attorney Boache Jaku on this same cancellation of the deal. Muntie Adsama Gloria Akufo listen to Gloria Akufo say no kanye, because she was not comfortable with it. And you have to understand, like advice from Attorney General is not binding. You can choose to ignore the advice. And Ntina Gloria Akufo, all the advice Nema Abain said, you can go ahead and cancel. She still gave another or two options for the government, because she didn't want to commit to one, because her decision or her advice wasn't binding. So it was up to the sector minister to make that decision that, you know what, even though the Attorney General has advised that we could go ahead and cancel, me as a sector minister, I believe we should bring these people back to the renegotiation table and renegotiate this. But Boache Jaku did not do that. And then when Godfrey Dami came, he did not also look at the other alternatives or options, because Gabi and Akufo Addo brought him to cover up their crimes. In this Gloria Akufo response to Ejaku Tamana officer, Ejaku Trokoman say he's not comfortable with that cancellation of contract now. This is what Gloria Akufo said. And I'm going to read that part to you. A letter dated 12 April 2018, Mr. Boadu wrote to the then Attorney General, Madam Gloria Akufo, said, and I quote, "As you are aware, the Ministry of Energy, by a letter dated 13 February 2018, terminated the emergency power agreement between the government of Ghana and the GPGC Limited, dated June 3, 2015. This follows cabinet approval of the recommendation of the Power Purchasing Agreement Review Committee as reviewed by the Attorney General's office." Now, this is what he said, and I quote, "In its response dated 26 February 2018, GPGC rejected the basis for our termination and insisted that the government of Ghana continue to fulfill its obligation under the EPA. Even after we cancel deal, no, the company was saying, say, your basis for canceling the deal is not right. So it was an opportunity for the government and the ministry to call the people back to the table and say, then let's renegotiate. So there was an option to renegotiate. Now, when you go further, it says this. It appears from their letter that GPGC has continued with the development of the project. Now, me read Gloria Akufo response. And I quote, "After careful consideration, the ministry is contemplating the deferment of the project rather than its termination because it appears the termination of the EPA may prove costly to the government of Ghana than was originally anticipated." It was Jaco say, the ministry who had no say no, say a canceller a bad problem. You ever tabon to so na yan hwese e betumi o maka na bibia akoye se de be ya Ghana for yendeka. And then I'll catch Gloria Akufo. Into I don't know catch Gloria Akufo say, "Memma ne endorse this. Memma ne my advice say yen cancel." Now you go ahead. This is what Boadu Jaku says. It is expected that the GPGC will be called back to the negotiation table to discuss the terms of the deferment, and in no process attempts will be made to obtain terms other than those currently contained in the EPC. There was an option to call the people back. Why didn't he take the decision? Why didn't he go ahead as a minister, go to parliament to say, "I am against this"? Why didn't he communicate this to Ghanaians? He kept it to himself. Now, Utie Gloria Akufo, the Attorney General's response, Attorney General knew Akufo Addo was pressurizing her to do this. Now, she didn't want to commit to anything. Even in her advice, she still gave Boadu Jaku, the government, cabinet, an option they could have taken. Now, Muntie Gloria Akufo response, no, because she did not stay at one place. In her response, she created windows that government of Ghana can take to save us from incurring this $140 million cost. So this is what Gloria Akufo said to Eye Ejaku. Now, when you read Gloria's response, it says, in a response to this letter was another letter dated 11 June 2018 and cited by Madam Gloria Akufo. This is what the Attorney General said. It said, and reference is made to your letter numbered ZA blah 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 10 dated 12 April 2018, requesting the advice of the Attorney General on the ministry decision to negotiate for the deferment and for better terms of the above mentioned emergency power agreement. And I quote, "We are of the opinion that the agreement having been abrogated cannot be negotiated for improved terms as it is no longer in existence." Gloria Akufo said, from the Omo, this agreement cannot be renegotiated. Or say, it looked more like, say, the cabinet and the committee had already made a decision. Now, the committee doesn't have more power than the minister or the ministry. Can't the minister take a decision and tell the president that I do not agree to this? Can the minister find it's his way to parliament to say this particular thing the cabinet is pushing through, I don't agree because in the future we are going to incur costs? Gloria Akufo say, "We are of the opinion that the agreement having been abrogated cannot be negotiated for improved terms as it's no longer in existence. The parties may, however, tie Gloria Akufo asebo kan we create a window amamo. Wakachira will say, even though the president is forcing this to happen, she knows a lot. She knows Gabi is doing this. She knows Akufo Addo is doing this. But because she wanted to save us, no, or say, we are of the opinion that, or say, the parties may, however, negotiate another agreement which must be submitted to parliament or to cabinet for approval. You may revert to us if you require any further clarification. Gloria Kufukache Jaco said, even though the contract has been cancelled now, there's still another option. You people can call the party or the company back to the table, renegotiate, take it back to cabinet. Cabinet can sign, take it to parliament for it to be sanctioned. So Gloria Kufuka said, this is not a dead end. There is still an option to move forward. So take that option. As the minister, what can you do? You need to do something. And Intinoka say, take this option. When you take this option, I am still here to give you advice on what to do. Because as we speak, the contract has been cancelled. And as an Attorney General, I can advise. And what I'm seeing, it's fine. But you still have another option. You can do what? Bring the people back to the table, renegotiate the thing, and then make sure cabinet signs it, and then come to me for advice, and then parliament will move it. So why didn't Ejaku take that decision? Even though he knew Gabi was doing this, Akufo Addo had set up a small screen cabinet committee. He knew they were committing a crime, but he kept quiet. Even after he was fired, he was still quiet. And when you study the whole thing, Nipa waye ya bro eye Boache Jaku. Now, when Gloria Kufu resigned because of all this, Godfred Dame, when he came into office, what was he supposed to do? Say Godfred Dame was working in our favor. He could have also taken that option, because when Gloria Kufu was writing, Godfred Dame was Gloria Kufu's deputy. So he knew about this. He knew that if I'm given the opportunity, I need to correct this. Whoever is the minister, I can talk to the minister and say, you can still renegotiate this. But Godfred Dame kept quiet. He ignored it. Even when the people went to court in the UK, he did not go. He was complaining and he was giving an excuse to say COVID-19 about told to me in court. Because he knew, say, Gabi has signed a contract behind the scenes with some of the companies. He knew, say, Akufo Addo was the mastermind of that committee or contract Gabi was signing. And he's working for them. So he kept quiet. He made sure the people will win the case. Senebeya, Gabi will not be exposed. Akufo Addo will not be exposed. So this is an inside job. Now you understand it. Almost a cookie Juma way, 140 million way, they have a share in it. I'm telling you. Akufo Addo, Gabi, Attorney General, Godfred Dame, they have a share in this money. And they still have been able to take money from us, because the 26 companies, behind the scenes, who is Gabi Ochedakun to be signing contracts in the name of Ghana? That is the question. At least the sector minister has come out to tell us, say, Gabi Freno. He has a document to prove, say, Gabi was signing contract. Who the hell is this fool to be signing contract in our name? Today, we have incurred $140 million. Who is going to pay? A enemy. This is the time to understand. NPP, when they come in the form of a dog, when they come in the form of a pig, when they come in the form of an elephant, anything that is got to do with MPP, irrespective of Nipa or Diomenim, never vote for them. They need to face the law. They are thieves. Omo ya kromfo, omo ye rifo, omo fa ye say ye Jimmy. This is a national service. Ghana Nibia, if you vote for MPP, now I baby count. We need to let these people understand. I'll say a dioma bro by voting against them and dragging them in the mud. This is not a joke. Into $140 million, wa wuti mankesim jom, wa wuti kotokraba, wa wuti narulugu, wa wuti savlugu, wa wuti northern way. We are the ones going to pay. These fools have made money out of us, and they have incurred a cost that we will be taken care of. Why should we endure this? What kind of foolishness is this? We need to make something happen. The NPP is bad news. They are a disease of a political party. They are made up of criminals, killers, murderers. They came to destroy, steal, and kill us. It's about time we, the people, rose up and fought these people through the ballot. NPP is bad news. And this is my message to Ghanaians.
MPP need be our bedding minister be a cromfo. And Nipa no interview no bisa and say, no, Kahuana, was who number one. Intino same people ba power pe no mu didi mirika fifra brocha begigi position ebi ni akwati ti ana ogina ho na okoto air condition 14 obo ni dem na say enya sa na ti a na wo gyae adwuma wontimi nya adwuma nya na wonya kro no mba enka me de gakon abrochire ha muwi aya no mu no frefre can be a cancer me mitimi hu minister bi ne train akohwe ase no na fa train no koye enso nam se wo minister nti wo te os ma resign ede be pa na wo agakon na nya sika na wo hwe abemu a sa ne ma wo nyina wo mu didiu na so da so tia abemu a in fact went me and resign anu ma mitimi hu se sika na no mo pedi
but I say sika na no mo pedi. Hello caller. Hello.
Kevin.
Yes sir, go ahead.
Yes, quick question. So come 2025, Mahama is the president. Do you really think that Mahama will bring everybody
this is the most simplest thing. And anytime I say, if they fail to do that, they will see the anger of Ghanaians. This is simple. And the prosecution should be easy. This should be easy. And I believe Sir John Mahama can do it. His administration will do it. In fact, when you go back and you check, John Mahama was able to prosecute his own. So I'm not scared. I'm not even doubting John Mahama allowing the process to work, allowing the Attorney General's office to work. For one thing, if you tell me, say, I believe about John Mahama, I believe is somebody who always allows the process to go on. And it's something that from what he did in the past, to me prosecute on I don't think John Mahama will interfere in any of this. He will allow the process to work. And the process is that if you are found guilty, you need to face the law. You need to make sure the Attorney General's office needs to work.
Okay. But this is how I see it, right?
Yeah.
I know MPP 4 way, you know. Or more, a better 2025, 2026 to 2027, no. I you prosecute you, woman. I'm go through and penny 4B men daily way.
Or he be any Ghana or be intervenia mo biabium. Sofu be any Ghana or be intervenia mo biabium. We the people who decide. And John Mahama is lucky to lead the NDC today. But the people of Ghana from 2025 will decide how the country should be run. Not some Ohinibi, not some Sofubi, not some group. It is we the people. What we want is what has to happen. Or else that the next government will see a rise in, he will see how we will rise against it. And this is not a joke. This is something that we all need to understand. Thank you very much, boss. I appreciate this. All right. Hello, caller.
Hello, Kevin.
Go ahead, boss.
Oh, Kevin, good morning. Now it's 12 o'clock, so I'll say good morning.
Yeah.
Kevin, says I hope the meeting the Kwame. Fee. Yeah. Kevin, or there, Mahama Obewan, or set a new committee, at least, or by your judges are working
already. He has said that already. They are going to set up an independent committee that will take care of this stuff. It's already, he has already said it.
Was one call for start today? Was that one call for no baby defending? It's Gabi no to woman on your president and there about the pan or ma. Actually, don't both of you know. And the word is the Kevin, show me waste your water. Show me waste your mind.
But I say, Yama Obishun Kebi. Hello, caller.
Good morning.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
But Osman is a very temper.
Osman Kasa.
But I drink your the bomb price 2025. Mahama, any NDC, or Montemembra. Now, some well, Moody Sanquas Asano. Or the one to man baby, a Magana Crano, Timber Jelly or Monkwana. Why be a Magana?
But I say, from Kintampo. Hello, caller. Egim. Send you to Diana is a Gigim dear. I see so be at here. Be sure so be at BRC easy.
Obiati here, Kevin Abolo ni mi frefi po. Wadafo Alhaji Carlos Osiochiao. Kevin, one who say former President John Dramani Mahama can say prosperity will judge them. Near eight, answer a lot of questions. Answer because the excess capacity into muko deal more. Muye densa kase ye na eso vodun so. Krono amuko bo eye me dese komado onko point figure on Akosombo be yi asema no. Sisiano the sun have settled for Akosombo should come and talk.
The dust has settled for Akosombo to come and talk. Hello, caller.
Hello, Sabula,
Bibio, go ahead.
Yeah, we managed to do both to defend. We do the donation to Elikem the other day.
How many teams were you guys able to get us videos and pictures?
Yes, we did everything. Elikem to has, so I'll try and send them to you later.
All right. I appreciate this.
Yeah.
Thank you, Manny. Thank you for the information. Hello, caller. Hello,
Kevin.
Yes, sir. Go ahead. My man, finish with you. Good morning.
No,
If you have a call.
I say, Ohine de Kuma Sam na Mekaka. Who was a papa no for a diabolic man.
Kasabitio. Oh, this line is reconnecting. I'm here submit my call this line so he's still reconnecting. I'm here say all right, we lost him. Hello, caller. Hello.
Yeah, Kevin. Kevin, yeah, good evening.
Good evening.
Caller we raise issue be about Ohina. I am for now interfere. Some of the cases say be big go on.
Yeah.
Kevin, I think from a reliable source, no. Do you know why? Don't say the last and I said I now mentioned appear could be 2-3 days ago. 2 days ago, so I now mention appear could be. Say or one of them for or decided as MPs or can say or be making sure say the finance minister should go.
Yeah.
Do you know say all these people were called by Otunfo to let them stop that agitation?
I think we have already made that comment here, and everybody knows about that. Thank you very much. Hello, caller. Hello, caller.
Hello, Kevin.
Yes, Madam Pachokasa.
Good evening, Kevin. Me pacho, anyama, skana mo permuta hiya niyaman suana.
And yen call that side ho yen share that and because yen pese be and I didn't kakra, but for now we just want to raise a decent amount of money and then take care of it. But we will discuss it say along the way no bibi saba mamati. Why?
Mr. Bibi saba mamenti na me wanyama bebre o Ghana. Me di free ha na koy na nka me de kwache nkrofo bi nso so we no abai nti me se me mfa nko.
Okay, my phone number no na. I think say this one we can okay.
You.
About
you.
Number near 65 and the last number, right?
65 na last number.
That's it. MMO Biafra. Ode el kebedin komo. Thank you very much. All right, so it's look let me show you. Hello, caller.
Hello. Good morning.
Good morning. Go ahead.
With all due respect, within the FM, prof can we are prof. One lecture and nepa Ministerial.
That's it.
Ministerial.
All right. On the end, money very simple and straightforward. Hello, caller.
Hello. Yeah, hello.
Yes, sir. Only last caller. Kasa na young copy baby na ya bre.
What game fee baby so? And I want to draw all Ghanaians your attention to it, which is regarding Nkrumah Sibako, based on the excess capacity of electricity. This asthma omokano and correct. It
was Rawlings who, because of rural electrification, you know, they drew the electricity from Baku and gave it to the rural area. That is why Akosombo couldn't hold the capacity. Until there's never a time, because anytime Akosombo is at its full capacity, you know, Baku operates. So when they came into power, no, they could have given the excess capacity to Baku to operate, to produce aluminium. This is what we now, make you why do so assembly for so when Tony Blair came into power in England, they were building a millennium dome. Because what must say scandal doors no. Tony Blair asked Michael Heseltine to sit. Michael Heseltine was a conservative. Or catch up Michael Heseltine on city no making sure say they complete the project. Because they were never going to abrogate the project and lose the Millennium Dome on top of it. So, because of that, you know, Michael Heseltine saw the completion of the at that high cost. So, what they could have done, Gabriel Chidakumu and all the rest could have done was they could have saved us the money for us to continue with the project, have the electricity or whatever it is out of the project, you know. Rather than we having nothing and the president go and pay for what do you call it, a judgment debt.